Welcome back to the low budget LCS. My name is LaChance and I'm blessed beyond blessed to be joined tonight by Bigfoot.
Hello.
Hello. It's the classic falling off a cliff. God, do you ever think about how irresponsible you would be? Blessed foot. That is truly the blessed foot. It's just something Puppo has said.
Oh, I was in the middle of opening up the Twitch stream, so I could see all the things that people say about you and toes.
There's a river of it. You ever think about how irresponsible you would be if you were like an extremely accomplished ventriloquist?
What?
Just being able to throw your voice. The way you said hello, it just sounded like someone gently falling off of a cliff. And
you think if I could do that?
I just think you would. I think you would a lot. You're the kind of guy who gets up to hijinks.
All right, so I'm gonna give you a situation, right? I'm gonna just toss something out there for you.
Yeah.
Let's say I am the greatest ventriloquist in history. I don't really do any puppet work, but I throw my voice.
I know. Yes.
I create mischief.
Yes.
What is the most chaotic evil thing I could do and the most chaotic good thing I could do with the power to throw my voice?
Easy.
And is that what you thought I was going to ask you?
100%. Easy peasy. First of all, I think the most chaotic most chaotic evil thing you could do, I think you like to enjoy a nice glass of whiskey.
I love whiskey.
I think you go out to bars, you order a glass of whiskey, you sit at the bar and you just wreak havoc on what's going on around you.
I'd like to get one for this guy. No, the guy in the blue shirt. No, next one's on me.
Just full ass participating in conversations.
Yeah.
I mean, that is just
That's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. And then what was the good thing you could do?
Yeah.
I think clearly if you were the most powerful ventriloquist ever to live, something that you could do is you could repair relationships between children and parents who just they want to say something but they don't know how, and you could help them say the first sentence, not the whole thing, but you give them
get them on the road.
Exactly.
So
you just be like, I love you, son, and then the son's like, what? And he's like, I love you, and that's what begins the reconciliation.
I was thinking along those lines. However, how big can I go? Can I solve the Middle East, the crisis of the Middle East?
I think so.
Can I bring North Korea back to the negotiating table? Like, how far? Like, if I just simply spend some time on Duolingo, how far could I mend? How many fences could I mend? What's the scope of this?
As the most powerful ventriloquist that's ever lived,
I could probably go pretty far.
I think you could. By the way, have you been sent the draft link?
I haven't.
I'm gonna send it to you right now. And
I've got my Croy.
Excellent. I've got a Red Bull.
Draft.
I'm drinking.
I did not get a link. Did you
I just sent it to you on Discord.
Fantastic. It's open. I'm gonna crack open the Croy on stream, and I'm gonna let everyone guess what flavor based on the sound of the pop.
That's insane. Also, draft has started. I kind of talked over the pop, but I'm gonna say
it's okay.
It's a pamplemousse.
No.
Fuck.
But I do love a pamplemousse, and the hint is that the color of the can is similar to the pamplemousse cans.
Beautiful. All
no
right.
one's gonna get this flavor. It's insane. It's a wild flavor. It's my favorite, but no one knows it. It's pretty niche.
Hit us with the flavor.
Guava Sao Paulo.
Oh, beautiful.
It's delicious.
All right, we have got draft live. We also have some chat things to catch up on. I believe somebody's redeemed a bear fact. I'm replacing bear facts with facts about Detroit. I have a list of facts about Detroit, but we are well within the draft. The first round of bans gone on both sides. What do you think of this, Bigfoot?
I think that a bunch of these are probably scouted picks. They aren't maybe the most meta picks in the world, but they are strong in things that probably the other team plays quite a bit, with the exception of Smolder, who is absolutely balls to the wall, turbo fucking broken, and should be banned if you are not blue side every single game.
Didn't she just have nerfs come through for her yet?
Maybe, but like, to what end? You know what I mean? Like, is it enough? Is the question. I haven't seen since the nerfs. I mean, maybe they're gonna be helpful, but I mean, did you saw that crazy statistic where it was like,
Yes, the amount of
the
pentakills.
amount of pentakills in like
Yes.
unbelievably crazy record time?
Uh,
Yeah, like
a
it
100%. Yeah, no.
never before seen amounts of broken.
Yeah,
So
they were a little bit
getting
too
that
light
off
on
the
them.
table, if you are red side and you don't ban Smolder, even with the nerfs, I think you're maybe a little trolling, unless you have some crazy counter. But I don't know what that would be. So I think that was of the pick ban, a pretty good one. We see Lilia and Ashe. Lilia is one of the stronger AP junglers right now. Pretty high on solo queue tier lists. Pretty decent in competitive play. It's got a lot of mobility. The new items are pretty good on Lilia. They have an unbelievably fast clear, so you're really trying to just get to 6 in team fight. So I wouldn't be surprised if they draft a team fighting comp around the Lilia pick, which they've started to do so. Ashe, very strong team fighter, right? Of course. So we'll see how they round that out with R3. We see Volibear. Kog'Maw is interesting. When's the last time you saw Kog'Maw?
It's been a hot minute, but I love that
been a
little
hot minute.
void puppy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's a good little guy. It's one of those champions where, I mean, ADC is a weird position where, I mean, even if a champion's not in a good place, if you play it well and you get strong, you're going to do a lot of damage later in the game, right?
Totally.
And then at the same time, Kog'Maw is one of the hyper-scaling ones, so that kind of shit will catch you by surprise sometimes. I'm excited to see how they perform.
Blitzcrank. Beautiful.
Okay. So, not necessarily. I guess Blitzcrank's good in team fight comps. It's not really the kind of support you think about when you think about a team fighty comp, because they don't sort of have like large scale CC. But I really like it. Maybe it was planned. Maybe it was a response to the Kog'Maw. In a comp where you're sort of an early Kog'Maw pick is showing your hand a little bit, right? Especially if you're going AD, because a lot of the comp is sort of hinging around that one champion. Blitzcrank says, fuck that one guy in particular, and if you already know that there is a guy in particular, it's not a bad pick.
No, not at all. You know who you're going to be looking for. Melio's going to have their work cut out for them, as will all of Detroit versus everybody. And while we got Ornn locked in as well. There's a lot of CC coming through for the high alert henchmen.
Okay, Ornn, yeah. Man, again, I also haven't really seen an Ornn in a long time, but he's one of those champions that's always good. He can just kind of do anything he wants.
Oh, speak of the devil himself, though, if we're talking about CC, they're hovering Olaf. Yeah, they lock it in. That's pretty good.
Okay.
And Ahri.
Oh, you've played a little Ahri recently, right?
I've been dabbling with a little bit of Ahri. I've been messing around with it, in the lab, tinkering.
Ahri's pretty strong right now, I think.
Right? What do you think a final pick here for high alert henchmen would be? What do you think ties the comp together?
I think you need. I don't really know, because Lilia does a lot of damage, right? Like, or can do a lot of damage. So I don't think you're necessarily like, I really need another source of damage. I mean, I don't think that they should go particularly bruisery. I think maybe they could. Syndra. Okay, I like that. I like that because it offers another element of both zone control to help with a sort of a team fighting comp like Ornn, Lilia, Ashe, and another element of pick to sort of set up a Blitzcrank. So I think Syndra's fine. It's a pretty good mid laner. It lanes fine into Ahri. I like the Syndra. Detroit versus everybody on the other hand, they have a bit of a strange composition. They do have a couple of frontliners. They've got some sort of mid-range, and they've got the Kog'Maw. They don't really have anyone other than Amelia to support the Kog'Maw. Olaf doesn't really peel super well. They probably want the Volibear to help sort of kite back, I suppose. All right, you know what? Here's what Detroit versus everybody does really, really well. Kite backwards. They kite backwards really, really well.
Yes, they absolutely do. Also, predictions are live, so you can go and spend your hard-earned schmeckles as always.
And you know what to do.
Of course.
Spend them all.
Of course. By the way, see, we got some first-time chatters in the house. Welcome, folks. Obviously,
These look like super fans.
So, yeah, definitely DVE, baby. Hell yeah. We've got someone cheering for Nox as well. And then somebody said, what the hell did I just walk into? And that was probably in reference
about,
the most powerful ventriloquist to ever live. Yes, of course. And what you could accomplish with such an incredible power.
It's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a busted ability for sure. Folks, this is Detroit versus everybody versus High Alert Henchmen. This is for first place for commercial Group C. We are in the fifth week of the season. So we're either at the halfway point or a little bit over the halfway point, and having first place right here, that's a serious indicator of how the rest of your season has been going. And both of these teams very likely to get out of groups and into the massive commercial league playoffs. There are 4 commercial groups, I believe. So lots. Yes, 4 groups. Hot.
And not to mention, not just into playoffs, into our hearts.
Wow, that's beautiful. That's really beautiful. Free Feeds is currently at work watching. Let's hope for a good series. Damn straight, I'm hoping for a 3-game banger. Who doesn't want that game 3, the rubber match?
Yeah.
And Zodex says if they were the most powerful ventriloquist, they'd take control of the cast. They'd use their ventriloquism to overpower us and become the cast themselves.
A meta comment, because they've been doing that all night. They set up the conversation. They set up, everything. This is them. Both of us are them.
It's true. Zodex is responsible for everything that goes on here for the rest of the night. Papo has really talked me into it. A 3-game series really is just a best of 1 with extra steps.
I do really like that.
It's the truth. It's the truth. All right, let's check in on these bets. So far, 16,000 schmeckles bet for Detroit versus everybody. 12,200 on the side of High Alert Henchmen. Pretty close, honestly. Pretty even vote from the crowd here. Yeah.
Toit. It's Toit. I think I'm gonna do the spectate your.
Yeah, great. I will.
I feel like that worked a lot better last time.
100%.
Especially you have the much. I changed the timers on my client a while ago, and then I think they reset. And now if I spectate a game, I don't have those nice little top left and top right timers anymore.
Yeah, they're pretty nice. I ain't mad about it. LeChance, you need a producer. I'm still saying, of course, Sammy. We always need a producer. That's the case. And yes, I'll be there for surgery tomorrow, bright and early. As always, dealer's choice. You just sort of do whatever you're feeling, and we'll take it away from there.
I love What if?
Yes.
Okay. Tattoo parlors.
Okay, I'm in.
Do you know what a flash tattoo is?
I'm assuming a very fast tattoo.
Yeah, so they have like a flash book, and it's usually just like a bunch of pre-made tattoos. You're not like going to the tattoo artist, and you're not like being like, design this thing for me. It's like, oh, here's a book of your art. I want that thing on this place. Do it. Surgeons should have flash books.
Oh.
You should be able to go to a plastic surgeon.
You're totally right.
And it's just like, I want that nose today.
Oh, sorry.
Or surprise.
We went in different directions with this.
Oh.
I thought that you were saying that hospitals should have tattoo artists on retainer so that you could say, hey, while I'm under, like, once you take out my kidney,
yeah. That's better.
I want to come out with,
yes.
Yeah. I want to come out with something looking fresh.
Yeah. I mean, you're gonna get really sick. That's gonna get.
It's so bad for you.
Like,
it's so
bad. You probably shouldn't be operated on while you're getting a tattoo. I would imagine. I'm not a doctor. Sammy Two Slap, you can tell us if that's good. Probably not though. Right?
Probably not. And listen, should you be taking medical advice from an amateur League of Legends league?
Absolutely.
Yes, of course you should. It's free, right? There's nothing wrong with that.
I have a funny medical story that I'll kill sometime in spectator delay.
After we honor the bear fact, which of course is replaced by a Detroit fact. Number 4 on the list, horse racing on the Detroit River. The French started horse racing in the 19th century. According to the Detroit Almanac, Detroiters would race buggy-like sulkies and horses on the frozen Detroit River in the winter. And that was, they would just bet on these horse races. Boy, riding a horse on a river just seems like you're asking for a ice-related death. For the river to break and for the river to just take you. And that sounds like a horrible way to go. And that's why I don't race horses in Detroit.
Anymore.
More. Zodiac.
That's a quick load.
Am I allowed to use Takes Two to Tango on someone who I know is watching this stream? Yeah, sure. I can't make them do it, but
I can. Tell me who.
But Bigfoot can. He'll get in there.
I need an address. I need PIN numbers. Perhaps like a key code to get into their apartment or house.
Yep.
A general description of what they look like and what they probably are wearing today.
Oh, did I fuck up the
and
sides?
$6,000.
Fucking hell. Did I mess up the sides? Someone be real with me. Less force, best force.
I don't know.
Okay. It's entirely possible that I've... Less Force, am I allowed to catch a stray? Yes. Yes, you are. I'm sorry, Less Force. I want to tab away and make this right. I did. I've messed it up. I've got them on the wrong side. Sammy, you wouldn't lie to me, right?
He's your producer.
That's true. Can you use it on players in the game? Of course you can, if you can get them to. Okay. This is going to suck, but I'm just going to do it right now. Oh, shit. Wait, when it tabs out, it didn't make me do anything. This is hilarious. All right, folks, get ready for top-notch producing. Just like the LCS, right? Wow.
Yes.
Ooh, Okay, let me switch the sides.
A ghost is on the stream.
Here, you do
around.
all of the casting for the first minute here while I switch these things.
Okay, great. So both junglers starting bot side and look to be doing a full clear, so we may see some action top side. If we do see some action top side, expect it to be blue favored. Olaf and Syndra, Olaf probably I don't actually know as the push between Olaf and Ornn, and I do think Syndra has a push on Ahri, so not blue side, red side. I actually think that if we see some skirmishing in the top lane, it is going to be red favored, which now that you fixed it...
There it is, just in time for the first hook. The Ignite goes down, 2 autos in. Tie-Dye makes it out. Holy shit, dude. Blitzcrank, 100% hit rate. Let's keep track of that as much as we can.
Sammy, can you get production? Can you keep a tracker of the Blitzcrank hooks, please? Thanks, buddy.
Yeah. Just keep a tally of that going, and we'll get back to you. There it is! 100% still alive! Beautiful! Dawnwater in a little bit of trouble right here. Nox will take a turret shot.
Even I can do that math, and that's 100%.
Look at this guy.
Yeah. I was right
Finally
the first time.
on
Looks like
algebra.
Blue's got a lot of prio here. I'm surprised that Syndra allowed Ahri to push the wave that hard for the volley bear. The volley bear is invading onto Lily.
Oh my god, this guy can't miss. He grabs the Kog'Maw once again. That's a dead Kog'Maw. First blood. And we've got a fight happening here in the jungle on the red side. That's a pretty low Lilia as the rest of the team is going to flash forward and get that kill. A trade across map. Oh!
I mean, click on it. How much health? How much health? How much health?
Come on, baby. Okay, 21 at that point, so it had to be less than 20.
Like 18 or 19.
Definitely. And you know that was calculated, that Nox knew. I mean, just a master tactician.
Absolutely.
Beautiful.
So, I did mention I was a little wrong, and I'm actually pleasantly surprised by how well Detroit versus everybody played that. So both junglers starting bottom and pathing up top was, I think, a good. Both teams sort of read that, or at the very least, Detroit read that because
Yeah.
they got it was clearly very intentional prio they got
Yeah.
in their solo lanes, and they invaded on the buff with Volibear, which I think really great read, knowing that they had, because they did have fight advantage. I just didn't think they were gonna have the prio for it.
Oh
They did a
no.
really good job.
Oh no,
Can't
he's
mistake.
here again. He knocks him up. He's holding the pole because in case there's a flash, but there it is. He pulls him in. Nox finally here as well. The W goes out. That's going to get a little bit of a slow. One more auto. Every auto slows it, and there it is. Leah gets the kill with the ticking damage.
So that's 4 for 4?
Yeah, 4 for 4.
Someone fact check that. I think it's
Truly, Silver Spade cannot miss so far. Shoju.
Yeah, this is pretty good for, yeah, I was going to say that's really good for Olaf. Ornn's got to be careful. He was a little low on mana, but I think if that Q hits and he picks up his axe, Ornn's dead. So pretty good flash. Playing it safe. No reason not to. You've got a huge lead bottom. Ornn's job now is to absorb pressure, to get tanky, and give some items to his team later.
Totally.
Ride the Blitzcrank for a while. He's letting you get a huge lead bot.
Yeah, I mean, Silver Spade really building the narrative already around themselves as a playmaker. That Bush play especially, it tells you a lot about a player with how they layer their abilities, right? And he did the knock up first. He held on to the pull. And, yeah, kid can't miss.
Yeah, you do. It is the mark of someone who really knows. The layering of CC is a good point.
Another friend.
Blitzcrank Q is Buggleberry once said, this is like, I remember when I first started playing League, he said a really smart thing, and I was laning with him, and I think I was playing Morgana. Or he was playing Morgana, and basically he was like, the threat of a Q is stronger than actually using it most of the time.
The Q never thrown.
You don't just want to use your big finale, big whammo ability right away. So the Blitzcrank.
Oh my God! He threads the needle and he lands another one. It's Nox though, backing up just a little bit. Tie-Dye goes on the attack.
I don't care if they lost that trade. It's a mental game now.
100%. 100%. 5 for 5. Golden hand. His name may be Silver Spade, but those hands are golden. The guy just cannot miss a pull in that bush. So dangerous.
I feel like the Jaws theme music should happen every time.
We really should have that as a musical cue. All we have is this applause, which I'm playing that you can't hear.
I know. It's funny to hear you play stuff because I can kind of tell sometimes when you're playing it, and sometimes you're like, I've been playing this the whole time. And I just do not remember.
Yeah, the thematic background music, it's, again, producer... Oh, yeah, you guys can hear it. Just the co-caster. Oh, all right. Okay. 1 and 5 so far. Wow, the damage? They're really trying to pour it onto Ashe right there. And that's a little bit of like, Kog'Maw is going to scale into an absolutely terrifying threat. So they're bullying him in the exact window in which they can. And they really need to keep pouring it on.
That's a first miss.
Second miss.
Second? Okay, I missed one of them.
Panther coming around the corner here. They're just
walked over a
thinking
ward.
about
That's
it.
a good ward there. Yeah. One thing that I think went unsaid as a lot of the downstairs shenanigans happened. Downstairs, of course, being bot lane. Volibear picked up all 3 Void Grubs, the most important objective in the entire game.
Ooh, him flashing away right away.
Ahri did use ult. I don't know if he needed to flash away, but again, safe, right? Play safe in other lanes while... Oh!
The charm lands. That's a nice, clean trade there. Look at this Ashe arrow. Ashe arrow misses just barely.
Good try.
Yeah, great try.
I wonder if you dive mid here with volley ult. There's no flash on Syndra.
Oh, Kog'Maw, a little bit of a pickle right here. Absolutely. It's Nox, though, trying to be patient, trying to get that kill. There it is. They do feed it. He has to ghost away, though. Oh, him maybe in a little bit of trouble. That's going to be Volibear diving in, but the charm does connect, and Ahri will pick that kill up. Talk show. Getting their first kill of the game.
Kog'Maw also got that kill on Ashe while that was happening with his passive.
Oh, he did?
Yes, he did.
Oh, beautiful. This
bot lane is starting to even up again.
Yeah,
That
no.
kill is huge.
Absolutely massive. Now, Ash is going to get a pop of gold from the cull there
Look at their
eventually,
items.
but we're still, right.
It's close.
It is. It totally is. If I'm that Kog'Maw, I'm thinking, yeah, I don't hate fighting right now.
Yeah, I am feeling good.
Who do you think's going to
He's
get this red buff?
Volley got it.
Volley did get it. Here we go. Drowsy's going to come through, but the Ornhorn getting called right here in the 2v2. Almost going to become a 3v2. Look at that. Oh, Syndra missing the scatter of the week just barely. They are able to take the Blast Cone over. Escape to safety.
Okay. Okay. This is a good fight for Detroit.
Yes,
oh,
indeed. That's a low volley bear right there. Ornn. Ornn is going to go down.
Yeah.
They're going to pick up that kill. Yeah, overstayed just a little bit. The volley bear wrapping back around, showing back up, continuing to cause trouble. I mean, both these teams are being extremely active.
Yeah, maybe he thought he was
And
backing.
it's not done yet. The Lilia may be getting
it.
caught out. Let's see if an axe can connect and we can get those slows. Shoju not able to get it. Reclaimer thinking about it. One more auto will do it. That's 2 turret shots. That's 3 turret shots. And Panther gets the kill on Reclaimer.
Yeah, Shoyu didn't have the mana to axe again and just had to leave, which is fair. Volley takes just 1 turret shot too many.
Yeah, that'll happen. I get it. One more auto and you're like, come on.
Yeah, you want it. You're hungry.
Let's see if the charm lands. Charm goes wide. Him doing a great job of dodging right there. Good back and forth, but look at Ash. Ash is roaming up here to the mid lane.
Yeah.
And Blitz is on the top side. Look at
but
this potential collapse.
yeah, if Syndra can get a stun, they probably have enough damage to kill Ahri. Ahri does have ult, so it's got to be done essentially in 1 CC.
A charm?
Timer.
Okay. I feel like a charm
got
on Nox
vision
there
here.
would have been pretty wild.
I don't think Ahri has the damage to finish it yet. They want to fight over these grubs. We've got a lot more people from High Alert at the grubs, but
This could be a
more
bingo.
folks are coming. ADC's are bot lane. Everyone else in the topside river. Milia's going back down bottom. I think they're seeding these grubs. So it'll be 3-3 on the grubs, which essentially evens out a little bit extra tower damage, but nobody gets the little homies when they're attacking the towers.
Yeah, and you're not mad about that. Ooh, him gonna walk up,
Yeah.
not drop the full combo.
They're still in both mid laners are sort of in the baby giraffe phase where they don't have the damage to do it on their own. They need someone else to support to get those kills. Like 1 charm isn't going to be a kill yet. 1 E isn't going to be a kill from the Syndra ult. Ooh, close.
Silver Spade going for it again. I think Detroit versus everybody did get one of those. So I think it's 4-2.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a buff. You can click on one of them. It'll show.
Let's see. What do we got? There it is. A
maybe
pull over the
not.
wall onto Dawnwater right here. Panthers here. They're going to drop the Lilia ult, but Ahri is in motion, landing a char onto the Lilia. Scatter of the Week does not connect, but they're just going to get a little bit of damage over the wall there.
It didn't show up.
It doesn't.
It does. That's so bizarre.
I think, look at this. Ahri diving up. Nox has got to be really careful about this one. The charm connects, but with the Syndra right there, and now the turn is happening. Some low health bars on the side of High Alert, but Ahri is going to get out of there. Tie-dye up, wanting to get some kills. Continuing to pad the stats. These are some low health bars. Him going quite low. Volley Bear's going to dunk on over the wall, but Silver Spade coming as well. But does he have the damage? Tie-Dye gets a little bit of a shield, and here it is. The passive might collect 2 kills.
They're gonna give it to him.
Flash away. They're trying to. Blitzcrank here. Oh, just not enough CC yet. Oh, no!
Got him!
The shutdown Volley Bear able to make the turn, and this is absolutely cataclysmic for the Henchmen. Brutal series of fights.
That was a great fight. A couple of really heads-up plays from both teams. The 2 that stand out to me, though, Detroit makes 2 very smart plays, letting So there was a whole series of events that happened with the Kog'Maw passive, which, even though that's not the exciting part of the fight, was what I got really excited about. There were 2 very low health targets under the turret for High Alert, and Kog'Maw's passive is running towards both of them. So the first heads-up play is Volley Bear stops attacking to let Kog'Maw get the gold on those kills. The other heads-up play is that the 2 low health bars for High Alert split so that Kog'Maw can only get 1 of them.
Totally. Absolutely. Look at Reclaimer here.
These teams are locked in.
They really are. Just objective after objective, back-to-back plays. And yeah, Volibear getting a kill in the same way that a control mage would. Always fun to see that. Silver Spade going over. Okay, actually gonna flank around. Has Volibear been picked or has Blitzcrank been picked? Nobody just yet. Ash Arrow
a little bit of both, or neither.
Barely missing. Smite coming through onto the blue buff. Nox is going to be flashed on right here. Volley is going to get the CC onto Ash, but they're still going to try and kite out, but the fight continues. That's a low health bar on the Ash. The Ash gets taken out by the Olaf. Silver Spade forced to retreat back to the tower. Maybe going to pull somebody close, but that boy Truth gets taken out next, and him as well. 3 down and a double kill for Olaf. Uh-oh. The fight might not be done. It depends on if Charm's live. All right, Charm does go wide there, but the damage coming out from Ahri, pretty insane here. Things are looking really good for Detroit.
I think Detroit's starting to pull away. Also, got a pro tip from the Twitch chat. You can see the grubs on the scoreboard at the top next to the turrets. So they do in fact have 4. Neither get the little buddies, but 4 is a larger number than 2. Yeah. So Detroit does have that slight advantage on taking turrets, and they have a less slight advantage in gold that is slowly growing, and I think pretty soon will rapidly be growing. Yeah. Their team is poised to take off. Olaf getting those kills is enormous. He's going to be an absolute menace in the side lanes. Volibear now is one of the strongest people on the team, which means he gets to play both Engage and Peel for Kog'Maw, and Kog'Maw's got 3 kills. Milio's been showing a lot of really good play in team fights, so it does look like Detroit is going to be able to peel for this Kog'Maw. It's going to be up to High Alert to stop them in these team fights. Ash arrows, Scatter the Weaks, Lilia ults, Ornn ults, Blitz hooks. It's who can execute better.
Absolutely. And oh, here we go. Let's see.
Speaking of,
not the full combo just yet, but him very clean on that Syndra.
One more Q and an ult might do it.
Yeah, I understand why they held on to their ult. And
you want to wait till it's a sure thing.
I mean, Detroit is just on top of every single objective. They're massive here. We've got Blitzcrank coming in. Don't know if there's much they can do. Lilia is here. Maybe just toss an ability out, but...
yeah, you give it a shot.
Right.
It's not like flash over, try to smite. Oh, this is the dead Ahri.
Oh, she dodged it, though. She dodged it. She got the charm, too, and she's going to go in. That's a shield coming through from him, trying to wait for those cooldowns, but there's just so much. A flash away from the Ahri.
Okay. That was... oh, I'm pretty sure if that Syndra Q lands, Ahri dies.
100%. And Ahri did a great job of holding on to the ult for it.
Split second, right? Like the second they are that keyboard on their button on their keyboard is broken right now because as they were CC, they're hitting it harder than any key they've ever hit in their entire life.
Volibear diving.
It worked out for them really well.
We've got a great play happening right here, and as the tower gets brought down, Reclaimer just goes in. A huge play from Blitzcrank, pulling Volibear away from the Ash. He's going to get some autos out. That's Drowsy coming through, but Melio just cleanses it, and a charm lands on Ash. A teleport from behind, but that boy Truth, half health right now. He's going to get 2 targets, but the damage from the rest of the team, they need to follow up as Volibear is a perfectly placed, I don't even know what that ability is called, but Ahri going forward. So everybody is so low. That's going to be potentially a dead Blitzcrank. Blitzcrank goes down. Him has the ability to pop low health targets, but you need the cooldowns to do it. 4 for 4. What was that? 1 for... no, Olaf just not even that. 1 for nothing. Just a pick on the Blitzcrank. Jesus.
However, Olaf was pushing that whole time. Took a turret, slams a wave in a top tower. That fight goes very well for Detroit. Oh no!
That is just too close. Although Panther actually kiting them out. That movement speed, Silver Spade gets the shutdown.
Oh, kill secured.
Beautiful.
Kill secured.
Beautiful.
Honestly, that was the payment for all of the hooks he landed in lane.
100%.
He deferred his payment until 18 and a half minutes into the game.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Wow, Lily is so annoying. They're prancing and dancing all around. Ugh. They're just always like right in your grasp and just a couple inches away.
The movement speed is pretty nuts. Hugely timed Rift Herald there, taking out the tower just as Ashe and Blitzcrank are coming around the corner, and Volibear just wastes no time going in. And, I mean, despite the gold difference, right, it doesn't seem like the High Alert Henchmen are afraid of continuing to take these fights, right? Because the health bars are going really low. At least in that last one, it was a low kill count. They seem to feel like they can do something in these fights.
Yeah, I mean, that's the power of their team comp. They have a number of abilities that make it so that even if they are down, good things will happen.
So that was pretty classic combo. Not a lot of health gone on that Ahri.
Yeah, can I make a point
Please?
About a big brain thing that Ahri did? Look at their boots.
Yeah, got that magic resist right there. That's Ahri.
And the tenacity. That
Man,
they
right.
lived because that Syndra's CC ended a hair early for it ult away.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, him is in a little bit of trouble right here. Ornhorn is going to be called. They're picking another fight. That's going to be 2 targets knocked up. Him is over the wall right here. We've got 2 fronts happening. Massive. Melio ult saves the team, but also now it's down. You've got a lot of CC. They're in the pit. The question is, do the henchmen want it? They pick the Olaf right here. Nope, and Volibear going to dive into the backline, dealing so much damage. Him goes for a scat of the week over the wall, but no targets able to be brought down just yet. That boy Truth is so low, but no one's killed him, and that's a shield from him right here, but Volibear just wants to get it, and Tie-Dye is able to pick it up. Look at this flank from Blitzcrank and Ashe right here. Again, lots of low health bars. Once again, who's surprised in the team fights like this? Tie-Dye goes down. That's a shutdown on the Ashe, who's going to press forward because they've got targets to pick, but look at that, the Ahri over the wall into the charm in the back of the queue. Gets it finally. Another shutdown. Silver Spade. Oh, Silver Spade, what can you do here, baby? Lands the point blank shot. Lilia comes, picks up the kill for the double kill. And look at that, folks. High Alert Henchmen able to push them off the objective, get some notable shutdowns, and maybe take the dragon. Who can say? Reclaimer seems to have something to say about this. Volibear, but a teleport too. This is one of the never-ending fights. Both of these teams want first seed badly. Half health on Volibear right there. Not really. Those shields are keeping them pretty healthy. And they are able to turn back to the dragon. I think that was a pretty clear win for High Alert.
Yeah, that's what I was saying before, right? They feel really comfortable in their composition. They are confident that they can win these fights because they can, right? Even down a little bit of gold, it's really not that much of a gold difference, but they have enough to make it work. And they made that fight work. They got the dragon. They're now up 2 dragons. The gold lead is 1,500. It's still anybody's game.
Here's the thing. They poked with CC, right? They were able to draw out some pretty important ultimates, and mainly Melio's ult, right? Melio ult gets taken out, and then finally, what this composition does, right? Every single person on High Alert has game-changing levels of CC, and finally they're able to bring that to bear without wondering if it's going to stick. And that was a long fight, and I want to call out Nox right there on that Ashe, because when you're in ADC, there's a lot of messaging from the public that you need to be in the backline, you need to be kiting back, you need to be running away, but sometimes you've got to run forward, and that is what Ashe did. They ran forward, and yes, the Ahri was able to flank around them, but just having the presence of mind to aggress and get some kills, fantastic.
And Ashe dying wasn't an Ashe misplay. Like you said, like Ashe made the right call. That was an insanely 300 IQ move from the R at the end just to trade something back.
Yeah, talk show mute is clearly shown they know what they're doing on this channel.
These are again, I said this before, I'll say it again. These teams are firing on all cylinders. They are here to play. It is unsurprising that these are the 2 teams fighting for first place. It is, or first seed. It is such a joy to watch them just beat the shit out of it.
And they're just warming up.
This is 20 minutes into game 1. We got a night ahead of us, folks.
We do indeed. This Kog'Maw Tie-Dye, I mean, just waiting for the moment in everybody's mind when we see the damage really start to turn on and just realize, oh shit, we need to kind of change the way that we're approaching these team fights. Speaking of team fights, both teams hovering around Baron here. Probably not even for the objective, just for each other, because everyone has been following each other around the map, just looking for a scrap. This mid tower, I mean, right now you're just looking at towers, right? Because if you're high alert henchmen, you're thinking, okay, these neutral objectives are good and all, but we need to start taking down towers because Detroit has all of their infrastructure still up.
Yeah. Yeah, which can go both ways, right? On the one hand, it means that you are a little gimped in your ability to set up vision and push out waves. On the other hand, it means there's some standing gold.
Look at this. The charm lands right away. Ari. Can he finish him off, though? Talk Show Mute looking for the kill right there. That's going to be another shield coming through for him. Both of them have survived assassination attempts from each other down there.
Yeah. Yeah. And this is the standing gold I was talking about. This is just money in the bank for them. It is late enough in the game where any sort of, you know, small advantage in a wave lets you knock over an outer, which happens both in the mid lane for High Alert taking their mid outer, and then Detroit taking the bot lane outer.
Well said, Bigfoot. Let's check in with our boots on the ground. Richard Arlson tuning in and saying, Olaf has so much value in team fights here, it's going to be tough for the henchmen. And I have to agree with that contention. Olaf against a CC comp is looking pretty tough.
And he's got 2 items. Stride Breaker is really good against the Lilia, the Ashe, and to a degree the Syndra. It's going to be, honestly, it really does kind of shut down Lilia a small amount, being able to just slow them down. Because Lilia's defensiveness isn't in her build or her abilities. It's that passive. It's being able to move around. They are not a super tanky champion. They do have Riftmaker, and they have some health off of the Leandries, which is nice. But again, most of that value is in them being able to dance around and be an annoying little deer person. Stridebreaker stops you from being able to be as annoying of a deer person as possible.
That's true. And all the Lilia wants to do is be an annoying little deer person.
Annoying little deer person. That's their whole thing.
Well, Dragon is coming up in 28 seconds. And I don't mean to seem like a fortune teller, but I think we're going to have another team fight on our hands.
I think that's a really smart bet. And if anyone else you wanted to take that bet, I have a lot of money that I'm willing to put down on it.
Got a house I'm trying to buy. All right, clearing mid-wave. Okay, now at this point in the game, we could see a trade, a Baron for Dragon. And look at this. They are indeed going to go up to Baron and say, we're going to pull them up. We're going to make them decide.
High Alert and Detroit both want it.
Oh, that was a lot of damage they just took there. Baron actually punched pretty hard.
Yeah, it's still pretty early.
It's pretty early. They may have sacrificed too much health. I like the play. I like starting it up with the knowledge that they can pull it off.
Ari bottom. Look, Ari bottom.
Ari bottom.
Ari
pushing,
does have
splitting.
TP. This is a really good play from Detroit.
This is huge. This is what cross-map plays are about, right? Somebody makes a cross-map play on you. Ash Arrow doesn't find a target, but Silver Spade does. Grabs the Volley Bear, has to flash away. Decides they want to live, but that boy Truth already pulled the Ornhorn, and Volley Bear diving into the back line. Squishies have got to find their way to safety as Ari is coming into this fight. Keep your eye on the... Oh, Ari coming in here. The charm goes a little bit wide. They're going to dash forward. Silver Spade goes a little bit wide on that, but the Olaf ulting, massive, huge, not even a bar down on the health bar. Flash away from that Ari. Huge play here. Trying to land these charms in the damage, but successfully able to kite back and forth on both sides. Nobody else has gone down just yet. Lilia doesn't have the ult to drop.
Yeah, just wants to be... knows that they can kind of get away with... get away with their move. Lilia eating the wrong direction. Got a bunch of question mark pings, I think, from their own team.
Love it. Ooh.
Good backstop.
Yeah, and that was blind.
I think this is the Detroit Dragon.
I think so.
High Alert sticking around for a while.
And I mean, if you're looking for receipts, dude, Silver Spade. Couple team moves forward, and you would have grabbed yourself a different champion. Yeah. Look at Ari. Look at Talk Show Mute really going for him right here, pacing it out, waiting to throw the charm. Very nice scatter the weak from him. Blocking with the minions. Silver Spade here to maybe cause a little bit of trouble. But for the most part, High Alert Henchmen have spread out. They're going to seed that second dragon. Not worth dying for, they say.
No. So, 2 dragons to 2 dragons. No one gets Baron. Gold's still pretty even. Less than a 2k difference. it's that.
Oh, pulling Volibear over. That's going to be Volley ulting forward. He says, thank you. I will, actually. And, oh, and Ash Arrow actually finds the Olaf, who's going to ult. And Ash doing quite a good job of kiting in the back, but him is going to be sacrificed up front. Silver Spade splitting away. Ornhorn being called. Only going to find 2 members right there as Nox just layering in these auto attacks. That's the Melio ult as well, I believe. Silver Spade almost actually getting a kill. There it is. Olaf does go down and a flash away from the Lilia, but it's not enough because they're going to go down. And Tie-Dye, full health, raining down hell, is going to clean up the rest of the team, and that is a full ace for the Henchmen.
That's going to be a Baron as well. That was a very good fight. Detroit now has a massive lead, especially once they get this Baron. There's no chance that they lose it. It's just going to fall over. They have the Kog'Maw. They've got everyone knowing on the other team is alive. That fight actually preceded a thing I was about to say that was showcased in that fight, which is that the last couple of team fights have been on very slim margins. You don't see full team wipes. You see, you know, a prolonged fight. A couple people die. They come back. The timers are short. At this point, death timers are longer. People have more items. You're not going to see fights on these small margins where people are getting out with a little bit of health now. Kog'Maw's got items. Ahri's got items. Olaf's got items. Ashe has items. Lilia's items. These champions that were living by a sliver of health 5 minutes ago are going to be dying now. You're going to be seeing fights where teams are wiped, where people are dying, where big objectives get taken afterwards, and whoever was going to win that first one, in this case it was Detroit, has now cracked this game wide open. And this game that was just a couple of minutes ago, less than 2k gold difference, is now up to 6.5k, and it's going to start growing if they can use this Baron to take objectives, which they've shown they've done good side lane play. They've had the Ahri in smart places. They've had the Olaf in smart places. I am excited to see what they do with this Baron buff, because if they keep leaning into what they've been doing, you're going to see maybe a 1-3-1, maybe a 4-1 with some nice sideline play from the Ahri and or the Olaf, which should be able to net them at least another tower or two, and just ideally for them, start the chokehold onto Hyler.
Oh, hold on. I don't know if Lilia was standing out of the bush on purpose. Silver Spade is going to get caught out here, and just look at the destructive damage. You talked about items. We're seeing them on full display there. Lilia in a lot of trouble already. The teleport coming through, the Ashe Arrow slamming into the Volibear, but to no avail. This is just Detroit versus everyone knowing. Oh, the charm, the max range charm right there. Beautiful.
Oh.
Does it result in a kill? Yes, it does. Almost a trade, though.
Yep. And that's the side lane play that they've been doing really well, right? They have some. Not only did the 1v1 work out for them, but the more important thing was that they had the wave there. They were able to rotate so quickly. They're gonna get 2 inhibs off this push. They might go for more. I don't know if they can win the game, but Syndra's dead for another half a minute. They have supers that are gonna start pushing mid. They're gonna get there pretty quick. They can siege these turrets here. Blitz hook down. Do they want this?
Certainly.
A charm here could end the game.
Ooh, Ornhorn, though, coming in. That's going to be massive. 3 members knocked up, but that boy Truth getting melted down right away. And just Tie-Dye is massive still. And look at this in the front line even. That's going to be Reclaimer flashing forward, ulting forward. The health bars on the Henchman side just dropping as the cleanup begins. And they are going to push onwards to take this turret down. It's just the Syndra left, but I can't imagine that it's gonna be enough. There it is. Game 1 going to Detroit versus everybody.
A clinical closeout on the back of that Baron. You could not coach a team to finish a game better. Win a team fight. Take an objective. Use the objective to take other objectives and then the Nexus. A perfect textbook closeout from a team fight into a Baron into the end of the game.
Absolutely. Let's take a peek at these damage charts real quick. I mean, but okay. The damage charts, though, you do see how much damage Lilia was able to deal, but you also see the Kog'Maw not too far behind, and this is where everything is. You know, where the game ended, right? Kog'Maw's only going to be dealing more and more damage.
Like one of those GIFs where you see where it like is a time lapse of costs or of salaries or something, and like the bars just start, and then all of a sudden one bar just starts destroying all the other bars. Like that, if the game went 10 more minutes, that Kog'Maw bar is off the screen.
Absolutely. Bullet Club saying Ahri too charming. True that. Also, while we have a moment while we're waiting to be invited into the next game, thank you so much to the follows we've had so far today. Cold-hearted _101. It sounds like a 100s level college class, and being cold-hearted, I'd love to take that class. That sounds extremely interesting. Swatch Slayer, thank you so much for being the newest investor in the low budget LCS. Swatches, of course, a great
Swatch
investment. Swatch Slayer.
Couldn't tell if it was Watch Slayer.
Watch with an
Slayer.
S on it.
That's not easy to say.
No, they've gone for a real tongue twister. Here's another one. Free feeds. They'll feed you for free. Maybe they'll feed on you for free. Who's to say? We'll let them decide how that plays out. And of course, last but not least at all, Green Bay TTV. Thank you so much for being the newest investor in the low budget LCS. Ready for... Coming into game 2, Bigfoot, you're in the locker room. You walk in. The team's drenched in sweat.
Terrible in here. Oh!
You yell at them right away. What do you say to perk them up? What are the notes you give going into game 2 if you're in the Henchmen's locker room and you're trying to get us into game 3?
Well, first things first. They played great. There were so many flashes of brilliance, right? Only one team can win a game. So you hold your heads high knowing you played really well, and I think there were some nuances, especially in the draft, that made some parts of the game more difficult than they needed to be. So I think, honestly, you say, all right, boys, great job. You did great. Couple of drafting comp issues we're going to fix for game 2. We are going to play a little bit, maybe a little more scaly, maybe a little more... I mean, I think you ban the Kog'Maw, honestly.
Yeah.
Or the Olaf. Maybe both. I mean, it's tough. I think the Kog'Maw eventually just outscaled, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Olaf was a nightmare to deal with. The Ahri was really good. They had really good lane pressure. If you're high alert Henchmen, I think a couple of quick changes. One, as well as the Blitzcrank worked in lane, I don't think you run back that particular plan. I think you want a support that has a little bit more peel or engage.
Mm-hmm.
I think Blitzcrank is very one-note support, which can work really well. And I think it did work really well in lane. I think in team fights it was not the way it was played. I just think as a champion it was a little lackluster compared to what Detroit was bringing to the table. So first draft change, I'm drafting a different support.
Come join me in this spectator clown car.
Okay. Second change, I might go for, despite the fact that Lilia did the most damage in the entire game, I might want a jungler that has a little bit more early pressure. I think a lot of the momentum that Detroit got and the way that they were able to stay in the game was to stabilize their top side of the map and neutral objectives in the face of a Blitzcrank kind of running amok in the bot lane. Lilia can't really do anything for a while. They're never going to be able to stack up against Volibear in an early skirmish. It let them get invaded on. So Detroit has shown high scaling team fight comps, an aggressive jungler, and aggressive solo lanes. So I think two easy fixes to that are supports that can handle that a little bit better and counter engage and peel, and junglers that can apply more pressure early on. So I think those are really the only two changes I would make. I didn't hate the Syndra pick, I didn't hate the Ashe pick, I didn't hate the Ornn pick, I didn't even really hate the Lily or Blitzcrank pick, but I think seeing the way that Detroit played game 1, you might want to make a couple of shifts in the sort of more supportive roles, specifically support itself and jungle. I think that's what I would do if I was drafting for High Alert. And then I would, like, you know, give them all big hugs and say that I loved all of them and they were, you know, kicking ass and they played great, and just keep playing great.
It's beautiful. Have you ever considered coaching like a little league team or something?
I really have.
Yeah. That's
deeply.
something that I'd like to do in my like 40s or 50s is coach.
I mean, I'm in a prime position to coach.
You really are. You really could be doing this already.
The last school I worked at before this one, I coached one. Before we joined the league, I helped put together the girls softball team at my old high school, and then I decided not to coach, and a new person coached for their first full season. But like, even that was very fun.
Now, of course,
I would be into it.
My dream is that all of our friends are coaching different teams all within the same league, and we can just do the low budget LCS, but in a sort of municipality,
like a children's soccer league or something. Yeah.
That would be so fun, and Buggle would slaughter us. He actually knows a lot about that.
I don't actually think there's a sport that we would be on an even playing. No matter what sport we pick, there's someone who has an unfair advantage against
someone has an extremely unfair advantage. That is very true.
I don't want to coach a kids basketball team against Spooky. Like,
no, Jesus
I'm
Christ!
Get my shit rocked.
My poor the poor kids that I'd be coaching, I'd be like, all right, here's what I know about basketball. It's not going to go well, guys, and that's about it. Beautiful.
I will some point in my life coach a little league baseball team. There's that. I am incredibly determined to do that, and I think there is.
And I will be coming
to
those games. But speaking of games, we've got draft popping off already, and they are flying through it. Sent a first pick into the Lucian Melio. These guys are just on top of it. They know exactly what they want. There's no hesitation or question in their mind.
So, couple of things worth noting. Sides are the exact same, so you don't have to do anything different.
Thank God.
The adjustment that Henchmen made, which I like, is that they banned the volley bear. So they did recognize that the jungle disparity in terms of the way that it was being played perhaps was an issue, and volley bear in itself was an issue. I agree. I think that's one way they could have gone about it for sure. That does mean that the Senna was open. Senna was banned last game. Detroit first picks it. Instant lock the second it's open. So clearly that's their big prio. Lucian Melio. The Melio's a takeaway from last game. Don't hate it. Like that. It's a good support. It works out pretty well. The Lucian aggressive bot laner. A little bit more than Ash was Kane Rakan. Kane Janna. The Janna's interesting. So Janna's got a bot lane. And a Kane in the jungle. One thing that we already see that's a change from Detroit, and we'll see how they solidify this in their last two picks, is we don't see Engage. There is, without the volley bear, there is no early drafted Engage. I'm curious to see what they want to do. With that, High Alert Henchman takes the Ahri away. So now High Alert Henchman is playing 2/5 of Detroit's comp from last game, and they've only drafted 3 champions already. They banned the Olaf. That's a good takeaway. I like that. Or I guess removal. Detroit starting to ban OK. Detroit thinking 2 steps ahead. I said I want High Alert Henchman to pick an early game jungler that has some more pressure and some more fightiness. Detroit maybe thinks High Alert's going to try to do that. Lilia is up, but they're banning Vi. They're banning Nocturne. So they're hovering Nocturne. But they banned the Vi. Are they going to ban another sort of... Yeah. Cool adaptation. Curious to see what High Alert does. For jungle in particular. They banned 2 top laners against Detroit. Makes sense. Got to target one of those. And they do have counter for top. They're probably going to pick jungle here. And save the solo lane, the top lane counter for R5. We'll see. Time's running out.
Ivern.
Oh, interesting.
Ivern.
Ivern is really cool. We now have 2 supportive champions, which I did explicitly ask.
They're just listening to their coach, dude.
But
they're just listening.
Big
to their
asterisk.
coach.
Lucian maybe isn't the carry.
Nar?
Want. Oh, your jimmies are jimmying right now.
Oh, I haven't seen my little guy in a hot minute.
I can't remember the last time I've seen an R in a game.
Yeah.
That I've played in.
Oh, that's awesome. All right.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I don't know how it's gonna do, but I love it. And the Diana.
See, I mean, Nar's one of those champions. It's a pretty safe blind, right? They're gonna get countered no matter what, so it's safe enough. Diana, I guess, is a pseudo-engage. Nar and Diana are both kind of pseudo-engaged champions. Diana can build a little bruisery. Their ult's pretty good.
And Nefiri, I'm all about this game. Lock it in, baby. Oh my god! Is him gonna play Nefiri? I don't think that Ahri's going mid. You
think it's Ahri top?
I think Ahri's going somewhere else. Folks, a couple weeks ago, I started trying to learn to play Nefiri. And from the heavens, I started getting messages from him. And I'm not talking about God. I'm talking about him, the mid laner of High Alert Henchmen, who just started sending me messages. And he was like, hey, if you want any tips on playing Nefiri, I play a ton of Nefiri. Let me know. I'll help you out. And so I am very excited if this is a mid lane Nefiri for him. And I got to say, Coach, I am going to be taking notes. And I have started the predictions for Game 2. We are going to get into it. It is going to be hot. Goddamn. Okay. I'm going to leave it on this screen for a second, and then I'll pan over just so people can make some bets while they're informed by this shit. But goddamn. Where are these champions going?
Nefiri, Ahri top. Yeah, Ahri. Well, we'll see right now. Ahri top.
Ahri top. All right, yeah, I got to tab over to show you guys this. Ahri top. Ivern in the jungle. Narcane. That makes sense. Detroit versus everybody. That makes sense. That's a composition that I don't think anybody had too many questions about. Dude, Nefiri mid. Oh, shit. Ahri top.
Like a dream for you.
I'm so psyched. There's a lot of champions that I care about that are in this game right now. Okay. What the fuck is going to happen here?
I don't know. I am not going to be of much help.
Les Force says, that boy Truth is a natural mid laner, so not an out-of-nowhere pick. And hey, sometimes you got to go back to your roots, especially when your back is against the wall. We know the Henchmen want to win this series, and you might as well leave the series knowing you did everything you possibly could. So this is a pretty safe investment. Frog Guy, Detroit versus everybody, won game 1. Let's see. I saw a lot of people cheering for Nox out there as well. Somebody said put Nox on a higher damage ADC. I think Lucian can fall into that category for sure.
Yeah. Ish.
I do like the CC
I mean,
that
any
Ash
ADC that gets fed can be really strong. I'm a little concerned. The Lucian pick is honestly more of a question mark for me than Ahri top.
Sure.
Because you've got two very supportive champions in the Milio and the Ivern.
Mm-hmm.
And where's all that support going to go? It's got to go to the Lucian.
Right.
Or Nefiri, I suppose. But Lucian isn't really known as the sort of late game ADC, or a late game ADC, really.
I gotta say, this Janna's gonna be working overtime to keep Nefiri and Ahri off of the back line here.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah, I mean, you've got this really interesting composition, right? And it's gonna play far up. Like, that's a composition that's gonna be going in, and the support is gonna be coming from from mid-range, if not right up close.
Yeah.
Wibs 20 this draft looks like a W for Senna. We'll see. We will see. Definitely Senna is so strong, and
yeah, I mean,
it is understandable to think that right off the rip. For sure.
The flip side of worrying about the Lucian scaling not scaling well enough is worrying about Senna scaling too well.
Right.
Also.
Right. Absolutely. Oh,
that's a scary lady.
It's a very, very scary lady. But
It's a butt.
Bear in the chat, the owner of the High Alert.
You almost said bear butt.
Bear butt. That's our bear fact, is bear butts. Bears have butts.
Wait.
They do. Huge furry butts. It's the truth. All right, we got, what do you think about the, AD to AP mix on the side of the Henchmen?
It depends on what Ari top builds.
Full AD. Kraken Slayer Ari.
Well, then that would be bad. But I think the mix is probably okay. It also is buffered by the fact that there really isn't going to be, for Detroit, a true tank.
Mm-hmm.
So the damage profile matters a little less. It'll affect, I guess, the Boots Kane buys and the first tanky item Gnar buys.
Yeah.
And the runes that people pick. But beyond that,
all the choices in the game.
And but those are small choices, right? You're not having someone who's you know, like, it's not like there are 3 players on the team who are going to build the Spirit Visage into an all AP team and you're screwed. It's
no.
You're just hanging out. You're just vibing.
Richard Arlson III.
Great name.
So good. You know, showing a little bit of healthy skepticism here, sort of feeling like it is going to come down to this Lucian's build. But I do see
with your Rich. You want to go by Richie? You like Richie? I have a cousin named Richie. I don't like very much. I'm not going to call you Richie.
Richie. Maybe
Richard.
Ricard. Ricard, sort of like a medieval play on it. Chard's a vegetable, right?
Chard.
Chard is a vegetable. You ever had chard before?
Yeah. It's like a lettuce.
Like a lettuce?
Yeah, it's like a lettuce.
They call him Richie Rich. All right. Here we are. Game 2. And I gotta say, it was always going to come down to something like this. Am I still streaming for you, by the way?
Yes.
Excellent.
You are?
All right. Oh, I never changed the
You don't have to.
thing.
They never changed
No, but I didn't
one
put
of them
the
won
thing.
A game.
God damn it.
I wouldn't worry about it.
Well, you know, we got the...
Doesn't matter.
It's the terrible Tuesdays up and over here. Maybe I can... Ah, son of a bitch. All right, everybody live with the darkness for just a second. Bigfoot, tell us if something really interesting starts to happen, and I'll tab back over.
Well, on your screen, I now just see the loading screen.
All right, well...
So go to my lead client. Hang on, going over to my client. Go to my client. All right, we're looking at Milio. He's cute. Little cute little guy.
It's not...
Lucian walking around. Ari has tails and an orb.
I've grabbed the wrong picture.
Don't worry about it. I'm vamping really well.
You're doing a
Senna
great
and
job.
Janna running around. Janna's skin is a pink and purple one.
Huh.
Ooh, Neferi throws an ability. And the dogs are out. Who let those dogs out?
Okay, here it is. Perfect.
Ooh. Lucian Milio attacking from the bush. A nice level 1 cheese. Senna going down
Oh.
already a third of their health bar. Probably going to heal back up in the lane and auto attacking in their queue. But cheeky.
All right, we are back.
Lucian Milio.
Good play-by-play. You did nail it. That is the truth. All right. Neferi into this Diana. I don't really know how this matchup goes. Already diving in, going for that early damage. Gonna take a turret shot for it, though. That boy, we have so many interesting lanes that we've got to look at. Tie-Dye taking some damage from Nox here, being very patient with these autos. Pistol in each hand here, just firing the shots off one by one. Him's got to land these very thin skill shots. That second shot that comes out of Neferi, if it hits, it's like an extra burst of damage. Honestly, couldn't tell you if it's true damage or percent health. I actually think it is percent health. And
There's really no way of knowing.
There's no way of knowing, and there's no way that we could figure it out either.
Hang
Dong
on.
water. Hold on. Almost getting that kill right there. Nox is just actually really slapping them around on this Lucian.
Yeah, I mean, that's what Lucian does. He's very strong in lane, and he's very good early. They need to leverage that into an advantage because he does fall off, especially compared to Senna. But if they keep playing aggressive like this, if they're able to get a kill or two in lane, we've got a pretty respectable ADC matchup.
Yeah, we absolutely do, and it's going to come down a little bit, I think, to jungle pressure, where they allocate these resources, because if they're able to relieve pressure on this Senna, Listen, we know how Tie-Dye is able to play these scaling ADCs, but Nox doing a great job playing on the very edge of the turret range right there and just keeping them slammed under tower. Ivern gonna walk down towards the bot lane. Ivern, talk to me about sort of the ganking abilities and patterns of this tall, gangly tree boy.
Ivern is a pretty good ganker.
Cool.
You can gank early with him. His Q is a great ability. However, he partners best, especially early on, with sort of bruiser.
Oh, look at this trap. Here we go. Dongwater in a lot of trouble. That's first blood going to Melio, unfortunately.
It's still good, but it's not as good as it could be, but it's still good. But yeah, Ivern likes ganking into melee lanes because that Q lets you both follow up. Someone like a Darius, just to throw out an example, works really well with an early Ivern gank. The downside is that they have Ahri in the position where that kind of champion usually plays. Ahri is not going to benefit as much from an early Ivern gank as a more traditional
Him's going to
top
start
laner.
diving in right here. Panther's going to walk up, and he would have nailed it, but a great flash from Talk Show.
Almost about to prove the next thing I was going to say, which means that you will probably see Ivern focus mid, as that is the champion that benefits most from his early ganks and his Q. So that was a very good gank, gets the flash out of Diana, and I say this every time I cast, and if flash is burned early in a lane, burning flash early as a jungler doesn't matter unless you gank the lane again in the next 5 minutes.
So true.
So, if Ivern is worth his salt, he's going to come back mid in the next couple of minutes and try to take advantage of the fact that Diana does not have flash for a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. But they're just going to turn and take this dragon. I love this proactive play coming out of the high alert camp.
Super early dragon.
Super early dragon. Nobody's even thinking it's on the table right now. Although it does seem like, what are they doing, grubs right now?
It's never going to be on the table. It flies.
It flies.
And they are doing grubs. Yeah, so early dragon, early grubs, essentially right on spawn for both of those. Honestly, both teams, if you're a jungler, you can rationalize both of these to win in your head. So I think both junglers are happy. And early dragon feels good, especially if you're trying to get an early soul.
That's
early
the ult out for Gnar.
Yeah.
I usually just
What's
let
the cooldown? It's a short cooldown, right?
Gnar's ult?
Yeah.
It's not super short. It's not. We're not like in Lux ults territory. But you know, my affection for that champion stems back to my early days of playing League. So I have no idea what's going on with it these days.
Fair enough.
Nox.
A little far with no mana.
Yeah, gonna have to back up.
You really need to hold, like, mana is a defensive resource for Lucian, and really any champion with a dash, so being that far up without mana, if you're...
Oh, look at that boy Truth going forward. I don't know if they've used the charm just yet. It does look like they held on to it, but they missed the first part of the Q. I think Shoju would have gone down there if that had been a full connection. Oh, but so close. We're starting to see some of the theory of this Ahri coming through.
I mean, regardless of where you put Ahri, Ahri's a pretty strong laner. They're going to do damage if they hit a charm. And Gnar does not get super tanky for a while. Ahri also backed God of Lost Chapter, and Gnar has not spent any of their gold.
Right.
So that was a good window. That was a good job reading a power spike.
Right.
Ahri got a cheater in. Oh no, they TP'd. But they got an early back end. They got an item they were able to.
And they're going to get another back off just to grab another amplifying tome, just to have that little extra bit of damage.
The lane does even towards Gnar now because he does get to back, and now they both have even farm. Neither of them died, and they've both spent gold. Gnar is backing for Merc Treads, another MR item, and a dagger.
Dude, Nefiri just going in with these full trades, and currently they're going in his favor.
Yep. Nice pink spots the Ivern gank. Ivern. So the Ivern is a good ganker because you can do jungle camps on credit, right? You like drop your passive and you're like, I'm gonna come pick you up later. I got this in the bag. You end up with a decent amount of free time as Ivern.
Right.
So you can really be proactive with ganks and movement and objectives. Which he is so far, right? He took an early dragon. He's ganked or at least tried to gank all 3 lanes. One of them burned a flash. Speaking of that flash, Diana's flash, 75% back on on cooldown. It's almost done.
That's true. It's gonna come down to, like, where's the lane? Do they feel like they can pull this off? Him has been being very aggressive and, has a slight CS lead because of it. But really, all across the board, High Alert has been pushing. And we see that reflected in the gold lead right now.
Yep. Yep.
Tie-dye just going to keep...
Can we get a stack check on Senna?
Yeah, absolutely. I was just thinking about that. 18.
Okay.
What are the break points again? Is it like 85 or something?
Somewhere around there. It's ADC Senna gets stacks.
Nox is going to drop the ult right there. Lucian is going to force a flash out of Dongwater. Jenna flashes over that wall right there. Jenna. I'd love a champion named Jenna. Jenna just...
They should release a whole lot of champions that are just pretty traditional.
I would love that.
Names.
I would love that.
I want a jungle with a guy named Kyle. I want to be supported by Jenna. You know?
I want that to be the full name, though. A guy named Kyle.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
Who's a real person who's been lost in these magical lands.
It's like wearing Crocs and a hoodie.
Yeah.
How did I get it? And he has no abilities, and he's like got 1 HP and can't buy items.
His true ability is that he's just, in a meta sense, aware of the world of League of Legends. Reclaimer, just gonna get stunned up by Ivern.
Stops his E. I mean,
a more patient game. A more patient game here. Void Grubs, this is going to be important to High Alert. Absolutely. That's going to be the Gnarl being used. It's going to get somebody, but there it is. Diana diving in, finding 2 targets, and they're going to follow up. That Boy Truth forcing the ult out, but Senna gets a kill from downtown right here, and him now in the midst of it. Health bar dropping, then rising up again as they get kills. They get the double kill right there, and the fight continues as Melio is keeping them alive. The charm comes through, but misses from That Boy Truth, and him still wants it. Needs to land that second Q, but gets interrupted right there. Reclaimer so low, these autos, but they can go over the wall, and there it is, finding a target and an opportunity. Diana comes through, but now we've got the healing from Senna as this fight is not done yet, and Exhaust coming through, and him is on a killing spree. He picked this champion, he wanted this, and he is getting the benefits.
Oh no. Oh no.
As Kato just said.
That's a bad doggy.
Oh my god. Bear is celebrating. Kato just said, wait, him got Nefiri. Yeah, that's
oh my word.
Yeah.
That was disgusting to watch.
Again, this guy's been messaging me on Discord just saying like, hey, I play a lot of this champion. Like, let me know if you want to tips.
He might have been underselling it to you, buddy.
He may have, although now he's in trouble.
Hit him up immediately.
Oh, yeah. Oh, him, though, finding himself against a full health Diana. I don't know if he's going to be able to live through this. He does dash over the wall and actually gets a shield from Melio. Oh, my God.
And Ivern.
All right. Once again, we find ourselves 4 grubs to 2. Everything is exactly the same as it was in game 1.
Well, same as it ever was.
Yes, indeed. And Nox just farming in the bot lane. Something important. Lucian wasn't a part of that fight.
Mm-hmm.
Hot damn.
He's got three plates.
Got 3 plates.
And a lot of, he's up 20 farm.
Yeah. No, Nox is in a really healthy position. God damn. Oh, this makes me want to play Nefiri. But Brejo pointing out, very well said, Melio's such a disgusting champion. Yeah, Melio's actually kind of the one that kept Nefiri alive in that entire fight.
Another really good ult. Both supports have shown high proficiency on Melio.
Absolutely. Now that was a
Is
full
it Melio
combo.
Or Melio?
It's Mylio.
Mylio?
Yeah, it's Mylio. I'm pretty confident about that.
Whatever. I can say however I want. Just curious. He knows him's there. Yeah, like you were mentioning, full combo from Ahri. This Gnar, gonna be tough to kill now.
Yeah.
Did index quite a bit into early MR, which is smart.
Wow, he is going... All right, I have been using that ability wrong. Just good to know. God, but how D getting that flash?
I don't... Well, I mean, it's a respect flash, right? It is the safer thing to do. I don't know if he needed it.
We were at the end of Ahri's like damage output. That's for sure.
And he was about to pop Mega. We do have
Bruh.
second dragon started up from high alert.
Yeah,
It's
they're just
low.
doing it again.
It's lower. It's even lower.
Tell me where it is now.
Probably dead.
Yes. Decidedly dead.
Yep.
Lucian coming down,
Oh, maybe a
thinking
little
about
far
catching them
forward.
off, but great job from Tie-Dye. That's going to be a Lucian ult that's not going to connect, at least in the first third of it. Everyone's going to
Or
back
the
off.
last 2/3.
Or the last 2/3. Really, it was just
It
three
was just
light
like
bolts
one
in the
little,
middle.
one little tick of it. Yeah.
Oh, Silver Spade. Feeling fearless. Oh, look at this
That actually
Hexa gate.
cuts off the. Oh, he queued over.
Wow.
That's pretty clean.
Pretty clean. Talk show.
It's sometimes tough to hit those cane angles on the queue.
Mm-hmm. Him, once again, in the duel with Talk Show. Talk Show, who had him's number all of game one on that Ahri. Like, really hunted him. Hunted him.
Well, the hunter has become the hunted.
And the hunter is now a dog. Although Diana is like a hunter in canon, right? Am I wrong about that?
Yeah, I think.
Maybe I'm thinking about like
no.
Artemis being a hunter, and then I'm
Diana's like a moon warrior.
right. Right.
Nidalee, I think, is the most traditional sort of hunter in the game.
Totally.
I
Although
think
using
Rengar
a
is
javelin.
hunter too.
Rengar is he's
I
like
think it's a spear. I think it's a javelin.
Right.
Javelin is for sport. Spear is for murder.
that's a good point and an important distinction.
Although to some,
It's
Murder
one and
can
the
be
same. Murder is a sport, exactly. Dude, that boy Truth going forward, holding on to the charm. Very nice connection right there. Gets both sides of the queue, but now
Ooh.
he's still alive. And now you need the cooldowns. That boy Truth maybe caught between a rock and a hard place as you've got. Oh shit! That flash was hot as hell. Let's see if the
What
shield
an
can come
angle!
through. Massive, but I don't know how you dodge a guy who's inside of you. A great charm, trying to keep that boy Truth alive, bringing Daisy into the fight as Ahri actually gonna make it out as Silver Spade shows up, and the two supportive characters begin a long road to slowly beating this man to death. Let's
I
see
think
if they
can
can
make
do
it
it.
work if
They
the
actually
team works.
interrupted him. Holy shit, they do
Yeah.
it! It took 2 hours. That
So,
was actually pretty quick.
Would like to make a note on just how fucking annoying Ivern is to fight
Yeah.
against in a skirmish like that.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
so many shields,
yeah,
so much peel, so
Yeah.
annoying.
yeah. Absolutely.
And good on him. That's exactly how you gotta do it. He's got 2 items. Ivern is cruising. He's got Redemption and Moonstone. Okay, here's another benefit to having Ivern, which is
Yeah.
that because you're mostly building support items, you finish your items really quick because you're building cheap items on a budget of a jungler who gets a lot of gold. So support items are usually intentionally cheaper because supports don't have as much gold generation. They're usually meant just for supports. However, these kinds of supportive items, when bought on other champions and other roles, get finished very quickly because the gold intake is a lot more.
Yeah.
Ivern is flush with cash.
Mmm.
He's got 2 completed items already.
Totally.
Most people only have 1, 1.5.
Yeah. Ivern's ordering DoorDash for every meal.
Yeah. Yeah. He's
Now,
He's not waiting for the bus. He's taking an Uber.
he's taking an Uber. It doesn't matter. He doesn't even look at the
Matter.
price.
Yeah, doesn't even look. Surge pricing, whatever. Who cares? XL, fine, whatever. Do I want to walk to meet them down the block? Absolutely not. They will come to me.
We are 17 and a half minutes into this game.
Almost.
It felt like we were deeper in. I mean, there's a considerable lead here. They've got to leverage
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And
because they lose that. They do. Lost in a lot of this is that they do lose the scaling battle.
Right.
Senna is scaling. She does have a kill. How many stacks Senna's at now?
let's
How
check.
many stack check?
40.
40. That's a healthy number right now, especially for ADC Senna who builds those stacks a little bit slower. I mean, you still got plenty of time before they become a show-stopping machine of
Right.
7,000 range death.
Right.
But your window is not open forever. if
No.
you are-
And I mean, in theory, that's when the assassins come into play, right? But you still got to get to her.
Yeah.
You still got to get to her. You can't. I'm, of course, not trying to just write her off. Now, they are going to get this Rift Herald, and that's key because when you've got a lead like this, you really want to be doing everything you can 17 seconds until this next dragon is available, and I think ideally you use that Rift Herald. Look at this teleport play. Who do we got going down there? That's Nefiri matching the Diana in the bot lane, and now all eyes on to the mid lane as maybe a trap is being sprung. Nox here dropping the Lucian ult. Reclaimer's just going to get pushed off as Panther's the target right here. No Daisy in sight just yet. Melio doing everything they can to keep him alive. Look at the heals coming through, and now Janna might become the target. That's a low health, and look at this, the flank from the Ahri, the classic Ahri top flank, as that boy Truth is indeed bringing the gospel and bringing that damage as well as he looks for a kill, getting a flash out of tie-dye right there. Daisy gonna go down in a turret shot right there. Charm goes wide, but just with health bars like this, I don't know how long you can stay under this tower as Nox actually dashes forward and him is going to go in. Reclaimer not actually taken out, and that's a massive gnarl finding 2 targets and important ones at that, but the Diana only going to get 1 target. That boy True taken out. The Ahri top is out of this fight. A 1 for a tower at this point, but the dragon still up, still a possibility, and if Detroit is going to bring the fight to them, they will indeed have the numbers.
Yeah, Detroit, it's tough. They don't do a ton of damage. Red Cane is going to be helpful later, but right now in these early skirmishes, a little light on the damage. Senna not quite there yet.
Yeah, it's going to be
high
an
alert.
issue. They just got to burn it
3,
down right here.
Maybe three very early dragons with a early to mid-game focused composition is really good. This is exactly how they should be playing their neutral.
Totally. And
I mean, this is going to be a 25-minute soul.
it is going to be a 25-minute
Not
soul.
the greatest soul for them, but it's going to be a huge win if they get it.
It's something, and it unlocks Elder,
exactly.
and if in theory you can secure the dragons that fast, you'll still have, or you hope you have the lead by the time Elder's available.
I mean, even a 30-minute Elder, like 30 minutes isn't, if you're in the lead, you're probably going to be in a huge, hugely advantageous
Okay,
position.
here we go. The 1v1 in the mid lane. A level advantage to the Diana right now as him is going to go in right there. And down to half health is this Diana. And they know they have to stay and fight. The autos have to come through. But him is doing it
not even
on
close.
a rampage. Absolutely.
Down a level, but now up a kill.
Uh-oh. That boy Truth, he's got the ult charges as Reclaimer's going to get the knockup. They're going to go forward. That's going to be another dash away. And Nox is here as well. Now we've got Melio too. It's going to be a 3v2 as Nox has got some buddies. Daisy, oh, Nox is just bringing him back, and the autos, you just can't dodge those. Lucian picks up another clean kill.
Yeah, really nice. We're really starting to see the lack of damage from Detroit show up in these fights. Once that Diana goes down.
Oh, look at this charge. Actually, is going to clear the turret. That's great. Ivern just going to hop into it. We're going to get a second charge. Might be a little bit dangerous.
Maybe.
He might be isolated. He's going to jump out. But honestly, that's going to be it. That's half health down.
I thought they were going to... I don't think...
Oh! Baby boy Nox with the 1-2 punch. All right, you said you wanted him on more damage?
Yep.
Well,
this is exactly how they need to be playing. This is doing really great. They're taking... They're putting their foot on the gas.
Yes.
They've got the faster car, and they are just pedal to the metal right now.
100%. Reclaimer takes the gate up, deciding there's not an angle, and that's it's not a bad decision. What's
now
next?
as strong as they are? Oh, I was actually what I was going to say.
Please.
As strong as they are, I don't think a super early Baron is in the cards unless they win.
Oh, here it is. Him going to close the gap with the W, and look at the damage coming through. That is why you don't let this guy get Nefiri.
What the fuck?
Yeah, dude. And you've played in a lot of Nefiri games with me. You haven't seen me do anything like that. I'm not very good at this champion, guys.
You're pretty good at that.
I'm alright.
I mean, that's crazy. And so this is just what I was saying, right? Unless they get a really nice pick or a win in a team fight, they're not going to get their early Baron, but all of a sudden Nefiri just erases Diana's existence, and even though they take this Baron really slow, they absolutely have to respect it. Diana's the only person in Detroit right now who is any threat in a team fight. Senna hasn't scaled yet, Kayn is red and hasn't built a second or third item yet, Gnar is Gnar, Janna is a support. Like, who else is going to be in a team fight to do any sort of threatening damage without Diana? So Diana's dead. They know that even though it takes them 700 years to kill this Baron, there is no way that Detroit can test them. They can sit here and whittle it away.
They're full
until
health.
It dies. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, you're not
gonna die with 2 moonstones on your team.
No. No, you just take all the time you need in an
A lot of
instance like
shielding
that.
and healing.
100%. Oh, Tinky Winky the Sex God. Welcome back to the stream. That's a name I'd recognize anywhere.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's a great name.
Kane building for comp. He's building frontline, as God intended for Red Kane.
I mean, that's right,
yeah,
but it means that they are low on damage.
right.
And that wouldn't be a problem
No.
if
However.
Senna came online and Diana had 2 or 3 items. However, those are not true yet.
Yeah.
And they've got a 22-minute Baron and a Soul coming up in a minute.
Yeah. Yeah. And they're on pace to just do it. Here it is,
Oh,
him
right.
diving in, but
Oh!
Janet's just going to knock him back. But will that do anything? Yes. All it takes is an ult and a flash and having 2 other people with you to survive the
Those
Neferi
are some
onslaught.
fast fingies.
Yes.
That was a nice Jan ult.
Absolutely. Him still going over, and there it is, diving in deep. He can't be stopped. Him going for it. There's the exhaust. He gets another kill. Will he finally die? Yes, he will. But he's still got that dog in him. Uh-oh, Diana, though. Diana says, I can do it too. Flashes forward, but Nox dashing away, dropping the ult. Ooh, that was actually a pretty big chunk. Reclaimer looking for something right here. Daisy being
Watch
called in a
Mega.
fight to even up the numbers. Nox going forward, actually cutting down the backline on their own. That's a double kill already. Nox trying to dive back towards that boy Truth because Ari's here, the top lane Ari with the flank. And now it's Gnar in a 4v1. And I think we know which way that is going to turn. And Dragon number 4 is sure to be picked up by the high alert henchmen.
Well, they killed Neferi.
They did? They did kill Neferi.
They're not even. I love this. They know that that dragon is just free for them whenever they want on their way out, but they've got a Baron buff buffing up themselves. Their minions, these turrets need to die first. They can get this dragon on their way out. So getting that mid inner.
Uh-oh,
And
ignore.
now a TP bottom from him. They've got Baron
Gardens.
buffed minions. Slamming away against that bot turret. We can only assume they're killing it. It is about to die. It is about to die. It has died. Finishing up Dragon as well.
Yeah, going for that soul.
Owing it.
And yeah, there's just not
Nox
a way to contest.
Soul owing it.
Oh! Dude, look at the shields. Look at the shields on Nox.
That's so dumb.
Just.
All right. And they get the last little bit of their Baron buff to back out. So we're going to have a 32-minute Elder spawn roughly. So that's the next thing the teams are keeping an eye on. But if you are Detroit, you are trying to avoid a fight at all costs.
Yeah.
Maybe even giving this Baron. I don't know. I don't know what you do. You need to farm. You need to get gold. Kane needs a second item. Diana needs a third item. Senna needs. Can we get a stack check? Good, sir.
Yeah, let's get a stack check on tie-dye here. 76.
76. Okay, they're starting to get there. They've got 2 items. They've got a Serpent's Fang. I like that. I dig that. That's smart into the Ivern and the Emilio.
Here's the thing. You say give the Baron.
intelligent
What
choice.
Baron? Right, Baron's down for another 2 minutes and 30 seconds. All there is to do right now is to slam your power onto objectives. And now this is where High Alert Henchmen, you juggle all the neutral objectives, you win all of that. Now we've got to get into the lane management. We've got to get into lane assignments. Where do they want people? And it looks like we're going to see a 1-3-1. The assassins on the side here,
I
and
like
just
it. This is exactly perfect.
the fucking kill team in the middle. Melio, Lucian, and Ivern. Can they take on the world?
That's a live team.
That's a live team. You're absolutely right. And speaking of, here we go. Reclaimer trying to test it, but him's going to dive in, get pushed back by the Janna. Lucian all going to get dropped as well as Reclaimer drops quite low right there. Janna doing everything they can to keep these folks alive. Wait, what did he get him with? Was that with Redemption?
Redemption!
Oh, a Redemption kill from downtown. A half-court shot from the Ivern as that boy Truth is just ripped through a tower, trying to go for the assassination right there, and they get it. There it is, him popping off, looking for targets as well, but this might be the game as everything is brought to bear by High Alert Henchmen. We are going to Game 3 of this series.
Proactive jungler, aggressive team, a varied support that can engage, that can peel, exactly. And then, of course, here's what I didn't tell them if I was their coach, because how the fuck could I know this? The X factor of him on Neferi and that boy Truth on Ari top pulling it all together. There is absolutely no fucking chance Nefiri gets through for game 3. There is
No
shot.
way.
There
Ain't
is
a
no
fucking
way.
chance in
That
hell.
dog is going back to the pound for the rest of the
100%.
series.
100%.
No shot.
No. The confidence that they've gotten. Ooh, we've already got an invite to the next game, but we are just going to look at the damage charts for a hot second. Yeah. Yep, they look exactly like what you think they would look
exactly
like.
Yeah.
Cool.
Early game Fed Lucian and a genius on Nefiri. That's how that damage chart looks.
Yeah, and
holy.
And what the highlighting him's Nefiri ability is how hard Talk Show pushed him in game 1, right? We almost saw the reverse happen in game 1 as Talk Show, just put on a show. They were hunting Syndra on Ahri, and we just see almost the reverse in game 2. But we are going to game 3 of this series.
Hell yeah.
So fucking psyched. This has been such a banger. We've seen both teams show off their strengths, their weaknesses. Everyone's gotten a good feel for each other, and this is going to be the crescendo. Who will come out on top? This is for first seed of Commercial Group C. And, as we enter into the last parts of the regular season, these are games that matter. Oh, and let me give my money to you guys. Let me choose the predict. Dude, this was a 50-50 bet. Hyler Henchmen. 1 game 2. Complete that prediction. Enjoy your hard-earned schmeckles. Hot damn.
Hot damn.
This is a DMCA free jam playlist. Never heard these songs before, so you're gonna learn them right alongside.
Love it.
Okay, we've got the draft link. I'm sending it to you. It's in your Discord DMs. Oh, Topher, if you're still watching, thank you so much for the offer.
Is here.
Okay. What am I supposed to be doing? Have I blacked out?
Yes.
Okay, good.
I've been talking for 15 minutes. You haven't even been here.
Good. Who is the top Schmeckle owner? Valdrix, that's a great question.
Can we see that?
No, I don't
Are we
think
able to
we
track
can.
that?
No, I wish we could. We talked
We
about
should
trying.
be able to.
I know, it's actually bullshit. Because we
It really,
wanted.
I mean, honestly, it really is.
Well, we wanted to do a leaderboard. We wanted to be able to, have a game within a game within a game, because that's what we like to do.
Games are fun.
Games are fun. Okay, these teams are switching sides for the first time, and draft is live, actually. So I'm gonna let you talk about draft as I do my job with the other stuff.
So, draft. Our favorite time. The champions are banned and picked.
Jesus.
High alert henchmen for the first time this series get blue side, while Detroit gets red side for the first time. Detroit got the side pick for this, correct? So
yes.
So opting for the red, perhaps prioritizing that counter pick. We see High Alert running back their bans from game 2. Makes sense. Won the game. Detroit keeping their bans consistent as well. So that Smolder, that Volibear, that Trundle will be off the table, as well as Karma Zaya. And we wonder if Detroit makes an adjustment. Nope. Run the same 3 bans back every game if they lock this Thresh ban in. They do. I like that. Win or lose, I like the idea. You've prepped. You know what you don't want to see. You don't want to see it. Milio first picked. We know it's a pick away from Detroit, and also a support that they did really well on last game. High Alert did. A huge part of their win. Showed a lot of proficiency playing with it, playing around it. I like that as their first pick. Detroit gets to answer. Would not be surprised if they pick their support here, and perhaps Jungle, right? Jungle's a pretty safe pick if you want to see some more information from the other team. There's Jungle. Viego. I like Viego. Viego's very strong right now. I've been playing a lot of Viego. I like it. And there's the support. Exactly as I predicted. So Taric can be really cool. I am interested to see what happens. Taric is one of those champions that, when played well, can be incredibly strong. Very frustrating to play against. Curious to see what ADC they pair it with and the rest of the team comp. High Alert straight up running back their last game. We see Lucian, we see Ivern. This is exactly what they did last game for their first 3 picks. It's exactly what they're doing this game. It worked. Why change it? If it ain't broke, keep picking Milio, Lucian, and Ivern. Detroit is probably going to pick their AD here, though I suppose a case could be made for picking something like their mid laner. We'll see. Swain, flex pick. Could be top, could be mid. We'll see. My gut says mid. Who knows? They're going to get 2 bans. I do wonder if one of these bans becomes Nefiri, or if they say, bring it on. We weren't ready, but now we're ready. Detroit is going to ban Nefiri. Okay, that's exactly what I expected. Curious to see what High Alert does here as well. The second round of bans becomes very interesting now because the first round has been pretty static this entire time. So the second round of bans has been adapting based on what the teams have played in the other games. High Alert bans Olaf, also assuming the Swain is going to be mid lane, or I guess perhaps bottom, but not expecting it to be top lane, so they ban that out. High Alert Henchmen's bans and picks are identical to their last game so far. They have Milio, Lucian, and Ivern locked in, and all 5 of their bans are the exact same. Detroit rounds out their second round of bans by banning Sylas, which I think makes sense. Sylas is pretty strong. You don't want him taking some very powerful ults. Taric ults is really annoying, and just in general, probably something that Swain doesn't want to lane against, if that Swain is mid. Red side going to have to either reveal top lane or, okay, well, it doesn't really matter what the other thing is because they reveal top lane. So now they maybe are giving some... I'm becoming very interested in where the Swain is going. The Jace pick makes me think that Swain might be bottom, actually, because you usually want to save your counter for a solo lane, not to mention the fact that they already see High Alert's entire bot lane. So I wonder if the Swain is maybe a kind of a fake out, is going bot with Taric, and they have a mid laner up their sleeves or a top laner in Jace's mid. I guess there's enough questionability to leave that last pick open, but if that last pick just becomes an ADC, it's a little questionable draft from Detroit, in my opinion. High Alert grabs Malphite. Malphite is just super annoying. Rounding it out with Orianna. Huge team fight comp. 3 champions that make shields, 1 big fat daddy engage, and Lucian to follow up with the damage, and Orianna later. Orianna also acts as a pretty good scaling incentive, sorry, not incentive, insurance plan. Lucian scales okay, and if he gets fed, he's going to do really well in the mid game, even into the late game a little bit, but Orianna does a ton of damage when she gets items. So I like that Orianna pick, that adjustment, and the Ahri... Last pick? Okay, so they did do what I thought they might do, and that Swain, I think, is going to be bottom with Taric. So it looks like it's going to probably be Jace, Viego, Ahri, Swain, Taric, but there are some changes that could be made. We have seen an Ahri top this series. We can see Jace bottom, theoretically. Jace can go mid or top, Swain can go mid or top or bottom. I do think... See what I said first, but it is a really atypical draft from Detroit. No traditional ADC, though they do have plenty of AD champions.
I gotta say,
in the Viego,
I'm just coming back and looking at these compositions, really for the first time here. I think High Alert has such a clear, drop the bomb on him, right? And the fact that they were able to get the Lucian, Milio, Ivern again. I mean, as you said, truly a live squad, a squad that does not want to die, a squad that is able to protect each other, you know, a sword and shield all in one. And I'm interested, because they've played against this bot lane before, what the bot lane is going to look like for Detroit versus everybody, because, quite frankly, they're more ready for it now than they were in the past. And how are you going to be able to leverage that experience here, playing back the same thing? Tinky Winky saying, I mean, Nelia blocks their counter strikes.
They're just talking about...
Oh, they're just theorizing. Yeah. I understand.
By
the way, bets are live. Feel free to throw those schmeckles into the wind once more. Maybe today is the day you earn your fortune. I know, or your fortune. I know it's not for Praetorian, Praetorian apparently on a hard losing streak, and Praetorian, I do want to know who you bet on. Just Jesus, Bigfoot coming in hard on Praetorian
I'm just
here.
kidding, buddy.
Wait, did I? Wait, was it same sides again, and I switched up for no reason?
No, they mixed up sets. It's they
Hold on.
they swapped sets.
Everyone, bear with me while I.
Okay. High alert is blue side.
High alert's blue side.
Mhm.
God damn it! I did everything wrong and for no reason. Oh wait, no. High alert's blue side. Okay. All right. Look at this. Look at this movie magic right here. Beautiful. Okay, I can do the other. I can do the other stuff in secret. Wow, that's so funny. I must have doubled back. I don't know what I did wrong. First, everybody. Womp. And then, ha! Oh no, come back. Okay. All right. I've got this right. I've got this right. Okay. Praetorian has said that their schmeckles have gone to high alert. Bear is furious. Hold on. We've got street side reporter Rickard Errolson III. They say High Alert's composition is so easy to play here. I think DVE is good too, but much harder to execute. Not gonna lie. Fair enough. Oh my god, Praetorian, you have 145,000 schmeckles?
He's lying. Prove it. Prove it. Prove
Jeez,
it.
Jelly Special's just like, yeah, do it.
Prove it.
Oh, god damn it.
Bet them all. Bet them all. Bet them all.
do what will make you feel good. We've got about a minute left on the betting here.
Think about how good it'll feel to double it.
Jelly Special really, and Valdrix just trying to make it happen. Praetorian, of course, thinking about it, considering every angle, the pros, the cons. And Froggy also wants it to happen. Valdrix, is your name a Warhammer 40k reference? Praetorian will keep the odds. That's fair. That's fair. Oh goddamn! I do like High Alert's comp here. At the end of the day, both of these teams have played such a masterful series. I think momentum-wise, obviously going into Game 3 after winning Game 2, that's a really powerful place to be. But you know, Detroit versus everybody is not in contention for first seed because they aren't a team that's got strong mental, right? So everybody here, we hope. I mean, I want this game to be close as hell. This is
I want it to be a fucking knockdown drag out,
dude.
I want this to be a slobber knocker.
Yes, the perfect descriptor.
That's what I want it to be. Give it to me.
Closing my window because it got too cold. First it was too hot.
What?
It's too cold.
What?
Praetorian says, okay, now I'm closing the stream now. Won't even know the outcome of my schmeckles. Bye, Praetorian. Have a good rest of your night.
I love that. You're going to wake up tomorrow with twice as many schmeckles.
Hey.
Probably.
Maybe.
I hope so.
It's possible. Probable. Dare I say, even likely.
I wouldn't go that far.
No, I wouldn't either. It's a step too far. What is this?
What is what?
Just the music that you can't hear that I have to turn off right now because the game's starting. All right. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Switching over. Here we are, coming into it. Game 3 of Detroit versus everybody versus High Alert Henchmen.
Here it is. Here it is. Here we go. 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 Here we go.
Hold on. Objective timers. We got the scoreboard up here. Get rid of those time controls. Oh shit, Praetorian sliding in hot with a Prime subscription. And what's their note? Oops, forgot to do this first. Hell yeah, Praetorian.
Yeah.
We thank you. We love you. We think highly of you. And
Don't let the bedbugs bite.
don't let the bed bugs bite. Because
Unless
we
you like it.
have sent a lot of bed bugs to you, my guy. Uh-oh, Reclaimer walking up here, but everybody's lying in wait as that's a massive stun from Dongwater. That's huge from Tarek. Oh, but there it is. The Ivern CC lands and a crucial charm.
Okay.
That is not what Ari wants to start first, but they had to
Good
take
start.
the CC.
Good start, fun start.
Good start, fun start. Hashtag Hork up, game 3.
Work up.
God damn. All right. Now, does that actually even... That does actually really slow down Reclaimer's start. They are going to be late
Yeah.
to the first camp. And already the scales are
And Ivern
tipping.
is fast. Ivern is a fast clear.
Quick guy.
Kind of. He's an efficient clear, right? He drops his things and he can go gank. So he's gonna grab that. He's gonna plant his seeds on the wolves and the gromp. He's gonna put his seeds onto the buff. Not smite. Is he gonna go bottom first? Yeah. Okay. He's gonna walk over a ward. They're gonna know where he is.
Nox is alone for a hot second, and they are going to be punished for it.
I don't know what the deal with that was.
Yeah, did Melio
Maybe did he forget to buy?
back or something? I'm not 100% sure. I missed that. I'll admit it. But yeah, because of that, level 2 gonna go over to the side of Detroit versus everybody.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh my god, look at that damage coming on through this Swain Terra
Cleanse.
lane.
That's an early cleanse.
It is. They kind of used it for a pretty aggressive trade onto Tarek there.
Yeah. Yeah. Tarek's gonna heal though. He's already got a pot ticking, and he heals pretty quick. It's gonna be, it's gonna be tough for him to get his autos off onto Miliolution, but the Swain is being annoying for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is kind of what I was talking about, where like they get the bot lane that just worked for them. There is an advantage coming into a game where they're just playing back the same thing that they beat you with last time, because they want it to go a certain way. And you know how it went last time, and you have a lot of opportunity to disrupt the normal motions.
Yeah.
Look at Panther prowling around in these bushes, gonna wrap around, and we might see a really early gank here. Level 4 Ivern coming into play. Reclaimer on their way as well. That's a ghost being popped. Tie-Dye in a little bit of trouble there. His first blood this time does go to the Lucian, but now Viego's here, flashing forward. A heal comes through to get that distance, and now, if any more CC lands, there is gonna be trouble as they try to turn on to Nox, but Nox wants this next kill, and there it is, actually going to Ivern. 2-0 early on.
That's a really good start. One of the kills goes on Illusion also. This is getting shades of last game. This might be ooh, Swain, okay, gets a little damage on Lucin. This might be a camp bot angle for Ivern.
Mm-hmm. Certainly, but look at that flash forward as Dongwater wants to make it happen, and the heals come through, but Melio is just magnificent. It is the Live Squad. They do not want to die, and Tie-Dye, though,
Oh, no.
will go down in the end. Massive.
Disaster.
Massive for High Alert Henchmen.
Yeah.
I mean,
Solution's enormous.
yes.
Solution is enormous.
Very defined problems you've got to deal with extremely early on here.
Yeah, I think it's one very clearly defined problem.
Yes, that's true. But you know who can solve that problem? Talk Show got his Ari, baby. That's also that. Talk Show got the Ari that they did a lot with in game 1. And look at that, the charm lands. Absolutely, there it is. Just a clean, easy as breathing. Ari lands the full combo. And I think we've got to see how this...
I think you're underselling the difficulty of the combo.
No, that's fair.
Or you have to go see a doctor.
Sorry, just breathing the normal way that I do. Void Grubs. Grubs already being started. The Grubberment has been brought into an early session. Cool, good dodge by the Ivern. Yeah, you got to throw that CC out. And honestly, the hunt is on as Reclaimer wants this, and they might be able to get it. The CC does land. Does Tarek have that CC up again? The flash forward, the shield comes through. This would be double buffs. He's not dead yet, and 2 shots from the turret.
Oh, no.
So hard to kill. So hard to kill.
Flippy.
Yeah.
All right, they're going to go back to Grubs. They probably get the last one.
Yeah.
Without much fuss.
So here's the
Of course,
thing.
they would have rather gotten the last one and a kill, but that's a 3 grubber.
All right, Dragon.
Trace Grubs.
The thing in the top left corner is broken, as it is, you know,
Oh, yeah.
60% of the games. But
Well, Dragon is
we
up.
do see it's a Hex Tech.
Yeah, and it's up.
And it's up. And it's here.
There is no timer
There is no timer.
because it's here.
Because what is time?
And it's a social construct.
It is, truly.
It's made up. If you don't believe in it, it'll stop.
And I don't.
I
Daylight
don't.
saving time, a joke. Although I
Fake,
did, in
fake,
my car,
fake.
I did change the time. Sometimes
Oh my God.
I'll go 6 months out of the
Yeah.
year just with the clock
Morning.
wrong.
I'll do. I don't want to be a story topper right now. I'll do you one better.
Yeah.
Morning of, I changed my oven and microwave clock.
Whoa, dude.
For the first time in my life, I'm doing it, and Emily's looking at me, and I was like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm fixing the clock." She's like,
Who are you?
"What?" Like, I
Wow,
was like,
how
"I don't know why I'm doing
responsible.
this. I don't know what's happening to me."
Wow, this guy's an adult.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Here we go. Another trap. Nox gonna dive up. Dawnwater is the target. A great exhaust gonna go off, but just the follow through is needed. Who gets this kill? It's gonna be the Lucian.
That's exactly where you want it.
Absolutely.
Everything's coming up Millhouse.
Truly, they're keeping the pressure. But Reclaimer waiting in the bushes right here. They've got our. Oh shit! So sorry about that, guys. Whoops.
I forgot that I was watching.
Oh no! Here we go. The fight pops off. Nox is here. You gotta keep that Ivern alive. And Panther is gonna go down. That's a shutdown on to Talk Show. Still a god on this Ahri as they follow through and follow up. Him is here as well. A massive Ori ultimate, but now they're stuck on the other side of it because Charm is back up and Talk Show able to just facilitate kill after kill. We have
We're
got a game.
Spicy.
And now the dragon is gonna get picked up, and this game is no longer as certain as it seemed even 30 seconds ago.
No, it doesn't. I was very confident, and now I am not.
Zudex cheering for DVE. Reclaimer backing up.
This is not the healthiest jungler I've
Uh-oh.
ever seen. But if he
Melio,
can-
though, it's a 4v2 right now. Nox is
He can
not
get the
there.
reset.
The third part of the Live Squad needs to be there.
No.
Him is here as well.
Okay, they got Dragon.
They get it.
Just back out. Just back out. Back out. You don't want any of that smoke. It's not worth it. Nox is back. You just get the hell out of there.
100%. Great, a great stability play from Detroit versus everybody here as they just, you know, they level things out a little bit. Still down in gold, but momentum has shifted slightly.
We have not seen the top laners really in fights much.
Nah, this isn't Ari Nar, but look at this, the reverse of what's happened during the early parts of this game. They want the Lucian. They know he's a problem. Silver Spade doing everything they can. Look at that, a great
That
retreat.
was a beautiful out.
An orderly retreat.
Yep.
You don't want to freak out. You don't want to panic. You want to walk
You gotta-
calmly to the exits. Follow
Easy
the
as
marked
breathing.
signs.
Easy as breathing.
He's
This might be a dive here. Ori's got ult.
Absolutely showed you. Oh, there it is. That's the
yeah,
combo.
that's
All
what
right.
are you gonna do? That's you're dead.
Wow.
Yeah, you just watch your life flash before your eyes. There, if you're chased, there's literally nothing to do. Your flash is down. You've got low mana. You don't really have a ton of health left. You're gone.
They do not want to leave things to chance here.
No.
Not at all. Oh, God, I love taking a blast cone and sending somebody else in an awkward direction. but you go where you want to go.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, Silver Spade in some trouble. Not level 6 right now. Viego trying to pick him up, calling for help. Let's see if he can get any friends to come. Okay. Everyone's invited to the sleepover as the neighborhood gathers around the grubs. Uh-oh. Hey, here's a real problem. All of the grubs are going to go. Okay, teleport comes through. They know this is important. Him going up, throwing the ball. That was a great ball angle right there. Malphite does have ult. No shockwave. There it is. The ball's going to go in. That boy Truth gets taken down by Reclaimer right there. Sorry, the other way around. And now they're going to be in retreat. Look at Ari. Keep eyes on Ari on the side with the charm right here. She's going to dash over. Now we've got front-to-back fight lines, but look at that. The dash over to the side. That's going to be the third charge as Nox lights up Ari with their ultimate, gets the kill, and prevents what would have been a disastrous 6 grub stack for Detroit versus everybody.
Yeah, so I think just for old time's sake, someone should come over and give one of the grubs back over to Detroit, right?
I agree. This is the first time we'll have it at 3-3, if indeed they do secure them. Which I'm not convinced of that yet.
I will believe it when I see it. And I am getting ever closer to seeing it.
Pickle hater hashtag not a fan of the Grubbermint. The Grubbermint has come into session. Of course, Ricard Allison III. Ricard Allison III. We're changing your name every single time. Our street side reporter declaring that we've got a banger on our hands. And then shouts out to my guys, gals, and non-binary pals. Hell yeah. You hate mana problems. I forget what that's attached to. Regardless, I agree this is a banger. Still, a gold lead, right? This is a team does have much more power. Oh. If tie-dye lands
it's mostly
these...
central on this Lucian, though. So one of the upsides of that is that you have a clear win condition that you can play around, and it's the win condition you planned on in Champ Select, and ideally the conversation's loading into this game. But the downside is that if he dies, then you're fucked.
Yeah. Yeah. You are absolutely screwed if that is the case.
Yep. Ori is not online yet. They do some damage, but not a lot.
Right.
They need a couple more items. You're really banking on this Lucian for a while.
Look at Reclaimer.
Here comes Viego bottom, yep.
Absolutely. 3v3.
Look at Panther, though. Oh, he reveals a little early. Oh, if he just waited. If he just waited, it was the perfect bait. They didn't know Reclaimer was coming. Oh, yeah. I mean, they win that 3v3 so hard. It's not even close, I don't think.
Truly, truly. Oh, look at that. Very nice flash from Shoju, but still just a little bit of the minion. Oh, but he's got momentum.
Yeah, if that turret didn't reset and he was able to knock him in a turret, I think that's what he was trying to do with the flash, because it's a pretty risky flash. Oh.
Him in a lot of trouble right here as Reclaimer comes around. That was a beautiful sombrero. As Talk Show Mute going quite low. The Ignite ticking down, or at least something red is ticking down, but it's not going to matter as him is taken out of the fight by Viego.
I believe it was red buff ticking down.
Oh, look at the ult just dropped onto Shoju.
Slap, 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 slap.
Slap, 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 slap. Yeah, there's nothing you can do about that if you don't have flash, which Shoju did not.
No.
Yeah.
Malphite's one of those incredibly frustrating champions in the sense that it's so simple and it is so hard to kill and it does so much damage.
Yeah. Hey, who do you think wins the scaling game?
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, right?
I think it's high alert just because Detroit doesn't have an ADC. Right?
Tinky Winky the Sex God agrees with you.
I think it's
nice poke.
The weird thing is that Viego, if you scale really well, Viego can just become you.
Right.
And then he's scaled really well, which is like a pretty niche thing and not the way you carry a game. But I do think that by virtue of not having ADC, Detroit doesn't scale as well. But
Nox
weird enough where it could.
Speaking of ADCs, Nox one auto away from taking. Oh.
Cannon changed his aggro to the turret at the last second. I don't know if it would have been enough, but that's a That's a low swing.
Him dodging the charm right there. Talk show. 2 charges left. Gonna use one of them right there. One more charge in the bucket. Nice, good dodge from Nox. Just gonna do a little bit of trading.
Doing a lot of damage.
By trading, I mean didn't take any damage and dealt some damage.
That is a very late first turret, and Viego feeling empowered to make some really aggressive plays.
Great
Has to
flash
out. Yeah.
Oh, Nox, there it is. Speaking of
great
flashes,
flashes,
absolutely right on. We've got 2 different similar scenarios happening where one person is being chased by a group. That's the Taric ult being dropped, and now, oh, look at Lucian dodging to the side. Nox, excellent movement here.
Yeah, that was. Once you burn Lucian's flash, you get the hell out of there because you've burned Taric ult. You've got nothing left.
Speaking of ultimate abilities, that's the Malphite ult just being dropped on tower.
Orianna got it too. That's exactly what they want. All right. So, Detroit really on the back foot here. Lucian. Oh, good bait, good bait, good bait.
Really good. Nox?
Never mind.
Can Lucian
I think
duel? Nope. No, they can't.
I wonder if you just die there to give the gold to Swain and remove some of the assist gold to Viego, or if you, I mean, whatever.
I think so.
Small thing. Yeah, I think it's also maybe worth trying to fight. He was a little, whatever. It can't possibly matter that much.
Yeah.
Viego does get the kill though, so that's a little bit more gold in his pocket.
Truly.
He is probably gonna back to finish first item soon, and it might be right now.
Yeah. Yeah, that seems fair. That seems right.
So, quick item check. Most champions have their first item. Pretty much everyone except for Jace and Taric, who both should be able to get it very quickly. Jace is back right now. I bet you he finishes it. Yep, there's his clips. So everyone's got their first item. Lucian has 2, which is scary. Scary.
Yeah. Yeah, Nox is very threatening on this Lucian. Looks so much more comfortable on this than they did on the Ashe in game 1 there.
Yeah.
But, you know, coming off hot.
I was a little skeptical. It turns out to be a very good pivot.
Same.
It worked really. They lean really well into it. It works really well with what they've been doing.
Yeah, and you know, however the rest of this game goes, but I feel like whenever this is, you know, not confirmed by anything other than just confirmation bias, but I feel like whenever I see Lucian picked as a response, it just never plays out well, right? It's got to be played really well to work out.
Yeah.
And he is.
Yeah. It's a tough needle to thread.
Oh, look at that. Oh, one more auto would have done it.
That juked me. I was expecting another set of
Uh-oh.
GW. Oh, no, he's got it.
He's got it. He's got it. He righted himself.
All right.
Very nice.
That could still be a little wonky.
Yep. Oh, okay. Trading roots right there, and a fight's going to pop off as Melia's going to drop the ult. Taric ult coming into effect as well. Reclaimer actually jumping out of it, getting to safety right here as a teleport is going to come through. Look at that Melio, quite low. Dongwater almost dead, gets taken out by him. Finally, Shoujo has to flash away, but Melio gets the kill. Damage taking down here, but a full health Ahri. Dipping, ducking, and diving, trying to search out a target, but Nox just so much damage. The charm does connect there, but even with the full combo and a turret shot, barely injured.
That's a healthy man right there.
You kind of gotta pick the supports before. Oh, there it is, the flash, the knock up. That's everything. What do you do in the face of that? I mean, he's throwing mountains at you.
This is what they did last game. This is what they did so well to win last game, which was pushing the tempo to match their power.
Yes.
Lucian is huge. Go, 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 go. Turn it into kills, turn it into towers, turn it into dragons and barons and whatever.
Yeah.
7-2 at 19 minutes.
Yeah, this Ivern Melio combo is so fucking terrifying.
It's just like, and it's just going to get worse.
Yeah, it's really
because
bullshit.
Who's gonna break through their shields?
Yeah, I don't know. You kind of gotta, I don't even know. You gotta assassinate one of them.
How? Who?
I don't know, man.
It's so hard.
You just gotta.
If High Alert just groups and clumps, It is almost impossible for Detroit to kill some of them.
Right. Yeah, it is a really rough spot. Okay. I mean, the reality is...
I'm trying to think about what they do.
Yeah.
Right? If you're Detroit,
I like
what are
what
your
Him's
comms
doing
like
here.
right
I like
now?
what Him's doing here.
Right. It's got to
Very
be
nice.
making cheeky plays.
Yeah. It's got to be. It's got
to be doing something sneaky.
You have to get, like, an honest-to-God pick.
Right. You got to lean on this Ari.
Yeah. Because, yeah. I mean, like...
Like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
He can go forward. He can go forward.
He absolutely can.
Maybe
He's got one more charge, but a fight up in the top lane as Malphite potentially getting picked here as they throw everybody in the kitchen sink there, but an ult over the wall. Are they going to get away? Reclaimer ulting onto them, getting these autos off, but Melio has shown up, and there are just the shields once again. A charm right to the face. Oh, Talk Show Mute just gets cut down there as Lucian drops the ultimate for an easy kill.
It was close.
It was close.
Two almost kills for Detroit, top and bottom of the map.
Dude.
That's what they got to be able to do. That's what the only way they can get back into this game. They have to make picks because they're not going to win a 5v5.
This. This is a great pick right here. If they can get him, they're going to go for it. There it is. Shut down onto Viego. Great. Do
Ain't
that.
No shields over there.
No. Do that a lot more. And get this guy. Let's see, are they going to go over the wall? Yes, they are. They've got the CC, but now Melio also in the lane goal, and it's the Live squad. They're going to start working together again. Here we go. It's the 3v3. How is this going to go? That's the Taric ultimate going down, but that boy Truth is here as well, and is his ult up almost? They're running away, but look at Shoju in the back line. Just going to cut the wave just a little bit here. Jace... He's going to have to bring so much damage, but there it is. That's the ultimate. Once again, it just drops on top of him, and Ivern gets the kill this time. On cooldown, this guy's ulting.
Yeah, and that's how you got to play it. If you have to use the tools you've got to just beat them up over and over and over.
Oh, they're
Malphite
doing it.
ult every time. Daisy every time. Shockwave, Lucian. You just keep throwing stuff at them as a group.
Yes, indeed.
It looks like they're turning this into a Baron. Smart.
It's pretty slow.
Yeah.
The real question is...
hidden.
They're going to see it now. Okay. Oh, wow. Going to go right over. I'm not 100% sure. Oh, my God. Went down to 200 health.
Oh, that was so risky.
That was so risky. Did he take that blast cone over? Did somebody else auto it?
He took the blast cone over. He wanted to steal.
He got really close.
He almost did.
He got really close.
Yeah. But that's the cheat. That's what I was talking about, right? You got to make those sort of sneaky, cheeky plays. You have to throw a couple of Hail Marys because playing standard is not going to win this game.
No.
Just the way you've drafted, the way that the game has gone so far, you're not going to win this game if you're Detroit, if you're playing standard, because that's exactly what High Alert wants them to do, and that's how they want to win. So you've got to do some non-standard stuff. You've got to get some crazy picks, some weird rotations. You've got to steal an objective or two. You've got to take some risky plays because it's the only chance you've got.
Agreed.
You got to play to win. You can't just start playing not to lose at this point because you will just lose.
Absolutely, yes. Action is going to be better than inaction. You know, you just don't want to get choked out. Next dragon.
He who hesitates is lost.
So true. So well said. You are so wise. 3 levels up. This Malphite looking pretty strong. He's going to smite. He's going to get that red buff. Nox is trying to come up, and there's just the slows, the amount of support, and it's just, even though Malphite gets it, you just see the damage that Lucian's bringing to the table here. 3 items.
He's got, yeah. 3 items is terrifying. And it's really more than 3, right? Because he's got a Staff of Flowing Waters from the Ivern. He's got all these shields and heals. So not only does he have 3 items worth of damage, he's got 4 items worth of buffs on him as well.
Just the shield, how long it lasts, that's so massive, but they're going to go for it. Fighting under the tower, this is a good place to take a fight if you can, but now they're going to follow. That's the Taric ult going forward. The charm does not connect. They will take out Daisy, but it just goes to show how much you need to do even just to push them off of a wave.
Right. And they don't have to worry about... Oh, my God.
Wow.
They don't have to worry about fighting now either. Pushing them off the wave, taking turrets, pushing up Baron minions, because they don't have Malphite, right? They just need to wait for Malphite to rotate down, and then they fight. But they want to fight outside of the pressure of these turrets.
All right, that was actually a good amount of damage done to Nox right there, but look at the massive shields.
Oh,
this feels illegal. Oh, yes, they are, and that boy Truth is here trying to bring the truth. That's a 3-man knock-up, and Nox following it up with the ultimate, taking down 2 right there. That wasn't even the full combo of the Orianna ult either. And they're just in base with Baron, pushing at a pace. They're really looking to end this right now. That's 2 inhibs down, 2 massive waves. High-alert Henchmen might just want to get this over with. That's 1 tower, surely going down, 1 left on the Nexus. 3 men left to defend. Detroit versus everybody has to play out of their minds right now, but Dongwater going quite low, gets taken out. Reclaimer dives into the back line, but just doesn't have the damage, and High Alert Henchmen with the reverse sweep, with the comeback, takes it in game 3.
Huge.
Massive play. I mean, they just brought all the lessons from game 1 and 2 and wrapped it up nicely into game 3 there. But God, both teams, what a series. That was fantastic.
Mm-hmm. That was great. What an adjustment from High Alert to make that work.
Yes.
In the last 2 games. Really, really well done. I'm very impressed.
Absolutely. Just gonna peek at the damage charts. Yep, Lucian topping it. Malphite in second place. Far behind Lucian, but still in second place.
Yep.
Bigfoot, let's do a quick interview. One question apiece.
Okay.
Excellent. All right, let me tag the team. High Alert Henchmen. Oh, we can get some music going here. Let's see. Oh, is it that boy Truth? Let's see. All right, it is gonna be that boy Truth. It's gonna be the top laner. Let us bring them up. That boy Truth, welcome to the desk.
Howdy, howdy. It's been a long time, boys. I missed you guys.
Dude, it's been a minute. We're happy to have you back.
As well.
Yo, real quick, can I just get
dude, wax poetic.
Can I get a check on the chat here? Malphite check real quick.
Oh my, Tank Mal dealing second. Dude, you dealt a lot of damage. Dude. Yeah. Fucking really turned it on.
Yeah.
I mean,
Jace is one of my favorite champions, guys. So like when you pick Jace, I know that like what I hate playing against, I'm just gonna pick it.
Dude, that sometimes that is the best, coming up against a champion where you're like, okay, I know the ins and out, and what causes me heartache, it's gonna be the Malphite. Dude, so talk to us. Malphite, obviously a far cry away from Ahri top lane. You've got some range up there in the top lane. What's your background in this shit? How are we jumping from Ahri top into Malphite?
So Ahri and Syndra carried me to first team All-Pro mid lane 2 seasons ago. So Ahri is just something I'm really confident on. You know, I could play AD, like when it was AD, I played a lot AD. Like I liked playing Twisted Fate top when it was not gutted.
Mm-hmm.
So like there's a lot of different stuff that I like to play, but like I told my team before the game, like put me on, if they overload something, put me on Malphite, put me on Maokai. I don't care, dude. Just put me on a tank. I'll just go in there and slap.
Oh yeah, absolutely did that. God damn. All right, Bigfoot, take it away.
I am curious about your team's conversations in not just necessarily your draft pivots, but it felt like a play style pivot between game 1 into game 2 that then you carried into game 3. What was the conversation after losing game 1 around picks, drafts, how you wanted to switch up?
Yeah, I mean,
reverse sweep.
so like I think we do this. I think we do this all the time where we'll be like between two champions, and then we'll pick like the wrong one, and then we'll be like, oh, this is easy, bro. Just pick the other one next time. And then we just pick the other one next time. Like we'll int draft once, and just be like, nah, that was dumb. Why the hell did we do that?
What was
yeah.
what was the wrong pick in game 1 that you then picked right in game 2?
I don't know if I can tell you the strats, boys.
Oh, no, that's all right. That's all right.
Nah, it was
Do you not
definitely
feel
Ash.
like you
Nah,
need
Ash
to...
was a fucking. We inted on Ash. My bad. I didn't mean to swear.
No, you're
We-
good.
it's
We've
cool.
been
We
swearing
were
all
swearing
night.
the whole cast. You're
Yeah.
good.
Alright, cool.
Um,
Yeah, no, we have some cool ideas that we like to do. We kind of like to mix things up, try to be unpredictable.
Yeah.
The Olaf definitely threw me for a loop, but as soon as I locked in Ornn and he locked in Olaf, I was like, we're fucked.
Yeah, that's it. You guys had so much CC in game 1, and just the fact that Olaf could run through it. I mean, wild. And I mean, God, Melio fucking playing
God,
a
dude.
huge role in this series every single game and undefeated.
Bro, I gotta shout out both my supports in these last 2 games. Like Panther was fucking popping off on that Ivern, dude.
Oh,
Those shields on shield, because like you got the Ivern and you got the Milio.
Another friend.
Like we kind of expected them to pick like Senna, Seraphine. So we're just like, yo, if they're gonna pick shields, we'll pick shields. We'll pick a tank, bro. Just smack them. Let's go.
dude, that infinite shielding bullshit, it felt illegal what we were looking at right there.
Yeah.
Like, just... what, there was one escape you had, like the only time you're really in danger in game, you got so low they almost had you. Melio shows up, boom.
You mean when they sent 4 to me and I was like, I'm just gonna malfight over the wall?
We were it was the right thing for them to do, right? To like overload one side, get a kill, get a pick, and just try to claw back in that way. But yeah, you were ulting on cooldown that entire game.
I mean, that's how you have to play Malphite, dude. Like, if you're like, bro, there's players that play Malphite and like they just hold that shit forever. Like, nah, dude. As soon as if Jace walks near the lane, takes a bad trade, and then he walks near the wave, like there was a point in top lane where like he flashed behind me to eat me into the tower and like didn't kill me, and I was like, all right, this dude dies in 20 seconds. Like, I'm gonna poke him a little bit, and then I'm all enemies dead, and then I killed him.
You can't take the ult with you when the game is done. You might as well use it during.
Gotta be
Damn,
rock
dude.
solid, baby.
Gotta be rock solid. All right, dude. Well, listen, it's a pleasure talking to you as always, Truth. Anything else you want to say before we let you go?
Yeah, I just want to give a shout out to him, the guy, for allowing me to join the team. I know that there's been some times where people say like they have a perception of me that it's not really accurate. I was actually supposed to be the sub top laner for this team, so I'm actually just honored to play with these guys. Like, I love these dudes, and this is probably one of the first seasons in a long time that I've had a lot of fun, and I just want to thank my team for being that reason.
That's awesome, man. I love that. All right, well, again, great having you up here, and have a good rest of your night.
Oh yeah, Hork up.
Hashtag Hork up.
Thanks,
Beautiful. Absolutely. All right, that was that boy Truth, top laner for the High Alert Henchmen. Congrats to them for playing a great series, and congrats to Detroit versus everybody. Obviously, that is a team that is extremely skilled, and we are going to see more of. I'm excited to see who gets out of this group and gets into the playoffs for commercial. Bigfoot, any words from you before we do some quick rating?
That was a great series. Watch the stream tomorrow.
Yes,
Another sick lineup tomorrow.
absolutely. You can join us tomorrow night at 8:30 EST. I will be back here with a spooky man, a very special guest on the stream. Really looking forward to that cast. And yeah, couldn't have said it better myself. All right, we are going to raid the only other league that is playing League of Legends right now, which is gonna be Titan. Boy, you realize so
Titan
quickly.
boy?
No. Titan. Titan boy. I am Titan boy. Titan E. Huh. They're not coming up on our raid thing, which is really weird.
Weird.
Okay. Well, just know that we wanted to do that, but I guess instead we're going to go with Itty Bitty Banshee because she is great and a big friend of the channel. So, all right, folks, we will leave y'all with that. Thank you so much for tuning in, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow night.
Good night, everybody.